stand at the table.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the first inaugural live stream. We're just chatting. We're talking some bourbon tonight, so welcome to the Agua Nation bourbon chat. We're just gonna have some fun, so no problems there. But welcome Scott. He's gonna be joining us tonight, maybe even in the future. Again, really informal. We're just gonna hang out a little bit tonight and kind of talk bourbon. So let me get everything pulled up. You guys just hang loose, and we're gonna be going here in a second. Let some people join and whatnot.
I don't even know how this works. Like, do you get do people get notifications that you've gone?
They do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So people are going to see that we're live
Cool.
now, and they're going to hop in here, and they can talk to us. I'm going to pull up the chat here so we can watch them talk to us.
You know, if we play our cards right, we're going to drink bourbon more than we're going to talk bourbon.
So very true. Mute that. Okay, cool. Now we can see as people talk to us and answer questions and all that good stuff. Yeah, we're just basically me and are just now hanging out, and people are watching, so we're cool. So if anyone wants to watch, they will, and if they don't, then we're just drinking bourbon.
That's fine by
even
me.
better. Cheers. Cheers. I have nothing in my glass. I'm a terrible person right now.
Yeah.
What we got here?
What would you like to start with?
I've already been drinking.
Okay. Well, then let's do this.
I've already been drinking.
Let's at least get our feature act.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk a lot of bourbon tonight. Most of it we bought here recently, guys and gals. But what we're gonna talk about a lot, and what you may tune in for, and I'll tag this later, most likely when it's time, is Bardstown Discovery Series 10. So this is the guy that came out today, 9 o'clock. For those that are watching this on the YouTube later, it's Friday. So, you know,
June 2nd.
June 2nd, yeah.
You were about to say March 2nd?
I was about to say March 2nd. That's not close to right.
I mean,
but yeah, so this comes today at 9 o'clock. The brand new release from Bardstown Distillery.
Bourbon Company.
Bourbon Company, Bardstown
Get
Bourbon
it
Company
right.
Distillery.
Get it right.
Gosh, they make bourbon. They're in Bardstown. They're called Bardstown. What a world.
Right.
But Discovery 10. So obviously the 10th in the series. They're doing pretty well because there's 10 of them. Some of them not as good, some not as good. But we're going to drink some of this tonight. We're going to crack it open and we're going to talk a little bit about it. Spoiler alert for those that are here right now. I already drank some. Scott's already drank some.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a backstory on Bardstown Discovery. So they're a newer distillery. What I would probably consider to be like the Napa Valley of the bourbon community. Yeah. I mean, if you've ever been there, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's very posh. It's very West Coast. Very crisp, clean, modern. If you look at that, you know, if you're looking aesthetically at the distillery, what they're doing though at the distillery is kind of how you take an industry that's been, you know, whiskey's been around for a lot longer than I have ever been around, and it'll be around a lot longer than me. But I mean, you think about the traditional whiskey and bourbon and whatever it is. Bardstown's kind of shaken things up a little bit, and they are kind of modernizing what used to be, our parents. That's what they would do. They would drink whiskey, So like some of the spins that they're putting on their products, the Discovery series is their premium product that they release. They release it either 1 or 2 times a year. Most recently, it's been 2 times a year, one in the spring and one in the fall. But it's their flagship product, or at least was their flagship product. We'll get into that here in a little bit. But the Discovery series is they take barrels from other distilleries, which is what's called sourcing in the community. So you buy barrels from other distilleries, but they take a handful of barrels, whether it's from Kentucky or Tennessee or Canada or wherever it may be. I think most recently they've been sourcing barrels from Georgia, and they've been taking them and they've been blending them to these unique specifications, to where they just get these unique characteristics, and that's what the Discovery is. It's the art of blending, all in a bottle, and I think that's what makes them more unique than your typical distilleries that will take a handful of barrels from a warehouse, they'll blend it together. It's very, very little difference between barrels, whereas this, you're getting them from different states, different regions, different countries, blending them and seeing what comes out of it. And the end product is what I would consider is probably my favorite series of any bourbon or whiskey lineup that's out there right now.
I mean, Discovery's it's pretty big. Even though a lot of people have been talking Fusion lately on the Bardstown side. Like I keep hearing everyone say like, "Oh, Fusion's awesome." And I don't
Fusion
know.
or Origin?
Fusion.
Fusion. So Fusion is like their more entry level lineup.
Yeah. People buy that.
Yeah, people buy it. Number one because it's more affordable than the Discovery series. Full disclosure, the Discovery series bottles run anywhere from $139 to $149, $59, depending on the area in which you live. Thankfully, we're in the Kentucky, Tennessee area. The pricing is pretty consistent around here on it. The distillery, this was $139.95 plus tax.
Worth every penny of it.
I think it's worth every penny considering, a lot of people say, why, how can you spend that much money on a bottle of whiskey? When you take, when you, and I don't even think I've expressed this to you, but I've talked to a lot of people about this, is when you think about the time that is invested in not only just making the liquid, aging the liquid, sourcing it, bottling it. I mean, you've got whiskey in here that's anywhere between 6 and 13 years old.
Yeah.
So you're drinking old stuff.
A lot of someone's life and time into.
I appreciate the amount of time and investment that people have put into these things, especially the older ones.
Yeah.
I think we were watching something on the way home from the distillery today, and they had mentioned it was like the two guys had picked 5 bourbons that they regret buying.
Yeah, that was it.
Do you remember hearing the guy say, "We'll never talk bad about a distillery because no matter how bad it is, this was somebody's passion. This was somebody's life dream is to create this. As bad as it may be, he's got a good point. You should never bash somebody's dream or bash somebody's passion. I've got a handful of whiskeys down there that I absolutely despise. I think they taste absolutely terrible, but that's my palate, that's my profile.
I noticed proper 12s down there, Scott. Is this because it's so terrible?
Greg actually asked me if I had you sample that, and I said on St. Patty's Day, and I had to force him to drink it because they tried to get me to buy that 23-year-old Crown Apple, that Regal Apple or whatever it is.
Yeah, he also tried to get you to buy, another bottle of Orphan Barrel. So that's all.
You know what? I mean,
we have it over there. We may.
It's right there. We may bring it in. It's a 14-year rye whiskey. So
I know.
Again, an aged product.
We don't have the crazy fancy setup like some of the other bourbon places do. But man, if we spun the camera all around, we'd have plenty of bourbon to show off. So maybe this will grow. Who knows? But anyway, so I'm drinking the Discovery 10. I love it. Like, I don't, are you drinking it yet, or what do you have poured right there? Do you even know?
I'm not. I'm still sipping on.
What is that?
And I did not bring the bottle up here with me. I left it downstairs because I think it's going to become my daily sipper.
Oh, is that
the 13th Colony, just standard bourbon whiskey. Little squatty bottle. Looks kind of like, if you're familiar with the bourbon world and know kind of the bottles, Old Forester puts one out called Birthday Bourbon. It's a little squatty bottle. But I saw this sitting on the shelf. I've seen it sitting on the shelf for weeks in and weeks out. It's $34, which is relatively cheap in the community. And I've had my hands on it and I put it down. I've had my hands on it and I put it down. And then today I finally decided to go ahead and pull the trigger, and I bought it. And I think it's there's nothing wildly unique about it. It just tastes good. It tastes like when I think about bourbon, I don't want it to taste like grapes. I don't want it to taste like peaches or watermelon, or I don't want it to taste like, I like the cherry notes in like your standard bourbons, but I want it to taste like it sat in the barrel for a little bit and that it wasn't a manufactured flavor. I want to taste the aging, the time that was spent putting the mash bill or the ingredients that went into making the bourbon. Like, I want to taste the product, the finished product of that. I don't want to taste Kool-Aid flavored whiskey.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Yeah. And this just tastes like a classic bourbon. There's nothing special about it, but there's nothing that I turn my nose up and say I hate it.
I mean, I think everyone kind of has a bottle like that, though, right? Like just a bottle. They're like, it can even be a guilty pleasure. Like, I just like drinking this because it's cheap, or it doesn't cost very much, or whatever it is. Like that's a little early times.
Yep. So we'll get to that one here in a little bit.
Oh gosh, boy, oh boy.
It's changed ownership. It's gone through 2 different owners. It's an old brand that has been revived. but it is on the bottom shelf of your favorite liquor store. It doesn't matter what state you're in, it's going to be there, and it's going to be anywhere between $24.95 and $29.95, and it is a 1 liter bottle. Typical bourbon bottles are 700 to 750 milliliters. This is 1 liter for less than $30.
Just a great buy.
100 proof, bottled in bond, which means it's aged at least 4 years. Bottled in bond also means that it was under government, the Rick House is under government supervision, which means they can't taint these things. And it was distilled and barreled in the same season as well. Those are some of the requirements of bottled and bond.
Yeah.
So,
see, you learn something new every day. You just tune in, you learn new facts.
Was that new
about
to you?
What? New to me? Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I love learning new stuff. It's great.
If you want a tried and true bourbon, find the ones that are labeled or a whiskey, because it doesn't necessarily have to be bourbon. If it's labeled bottled in bond, you know it's under strict scrutiny.
Bottled in bond. It just sounds cool. Bottled in bond.
Yep.
Bondage style.
I did not condone that comment.
Listen, you had to click off to come in here, so there might be some adult conversations. It's okay. There's you gotta say a thing that says you're over 18 to get in here, so we can not swear, but we can still
Is there anybody in?
No, nope, not yet.
Not yet.
That's okay. It doesn't matter because when I put this on YouTube, people watch it later. So
Gotcha.
Cheers to you watching it after the fact on the VODs. That's
Cheers.
Even better because that's where I need your support. That said though, someone probably wants to hear about Discovery 10, and
Okay.
I'm almost done with mine already, which means it's good, obviously, because I'm just sipping on it. Full disclosure, Discoveries, I don't have as many of them. I own back to 6 without 8. I don't have 8.
You don't have 6?
Yes, I do.
Did you buy it the other day?
I did, yeah. See, I can't keep up with the bottles I buy for Scott. It just happens. I'm missing 8. Probably
I can tell you exactly where they're
Probably
at.
not much longer. If I need to buy it tomorrow, it may happen. We'll see.
I mean, you're 5 minutes away from one.
Yeah, I know. It's fine.
So you have 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 doesn't count.
5 doesn't count for anybody.
So
it's
the reason
worst.
why, that was the first year that they decided to venture into the George Dickel experiment.
The Dickel land.
Yeah, so George Dickel is a whiskey company that
They
is
got
in...
Dickled by Dickel.
George Dickel is in Tullahoma, Tennessee. They are notorious. So they're either a love it or hate it type of whiskey. They make some bourbon, but it's pretty much Tennessee whiskey. They're notorious for kind of the flavor profile that they put off. Just something about the grains that they use and the water that they use down in that area that creates this minerality, both on the nose and on the palate. And when we say nose and palate, nose is when you're sniffing it, getting the, picking up scents. Palate is front, middle, and back of you take a sip. What does it initially taste like? All right, now it's settled a little bit. What are you picking up? And then the finish is you've swallowed it, you're inspecting it. Like, what are you picking up there? What kind of flavors are you picking up as it has coated in your mouth and it has you have swallowed?
Hello.
Some people use some people use that process in the bedroom.
They might. It's true.
I don't ask for opinions. I just whatever.
Opinions are kind of like assholes.
Everyone's got one.
And they all stink.
Everyone's got one, and one's name is Campbell. Cheers.
Bah.
Yeah.
Cheers, indeed.
Yeah.
So, Discovery 10, what you all came here for, I'll make sure to earmark this in case you just want to skip ahead and see Discovery 10, like probably 90% of you will want to.
Would we like to read the specifics of it before we get into the...
You want to read it to us?
Before we get into tasting
I'll
notes?
set this right here.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's do it.
So, Discovery 10, new blend of bourbon makers. So, there are 5 different bourbons, 5 different whiskeys that went into this blend. 62% of what went into this blend was it's hard to read this.
How much you been drinking?
I literally can't read this because it's gold lettering on white label.
It is a weird lettering,
So,
because it's
I
normally a
do
red
have-
label with gold lettering, and they've changed it to this white.
Yep.
By the way, while he's getting his readers out or whatever, so first time they've changed the label, Discovery's always been a red label.
Mm-hmm. You want to grab one of those bottles? And
Yeah,
check
I
it?
will with gold lettering. So, like he's not wrong. It is more difficult because This is normal. Red bottle. As you can see, gold lettering. A lot easier to see what the ingredients are on an older Discovery, like this one, Discovery 9, which is a great bottle too. But this year, first year ever, they've changed it to a white label. And the gold lettering might have been an interesting choice, but it doesn't detract from what's in it. Just makes it harder for us to read.
You know, when I think about like presentation skills that I've learned throughout my career, I've always been told to put dark lettering on lighter backgrounds.
Yep.
Because it makes it easier to read no matter where you're sitting in the room. So let's pull this up here. I was trying to find the picture of it.
You had it earlier. It was on the...
Yeah, you know, I deleted mine.
I saw that video, by the way, that you were talking about of the guy that went to Bardstown shopping yesterday.
Yeah, you saw the Pfeiffer Pabst
I
bottle?
did. He picked it up.
Yeah.
He picked it up in his hand and said, "Oh, I don't need this," and put it right back down. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Like, that's a bottle you buy.
It's a bottle I would have bought today.
Well, it's super gone.
All right.
And then he laughed at us for asking about it.
Yeah. That was gone in an hour.
Oh, no, it wasn't, because there was a YouTube video that got posted of it, so sure wasn't.
Well, that guy's a little much.
Yeah, that's
All
fine.
right, here we go.
Oh, ingredient time. Here we go.
So, 62% of this blend. When I say blend, they take all of these barrels and they make one batch of it, and then they bottle it. So 62% of this blend was a 9-year Kentucky bourbon. 18% of this was a 13-year Kentucky bourbon. 10% of this was a 10-year Georgia bourbon. 8% was a 6-year Kentucky bourbon, and 2% of this was a 10-year Tennessee whiskey. Or bourbon. It could have been a bourbon. I don't know. Because it may not have come from Dickel. We don't know. Based off of the notes that I was reading from it, it very much is definitely George Dickel.
Yeah, for sure.
But, you know, don't hold me to it. So that's the blend of Discovery 10.
What a blend.
I know. Yeah. So what is this cost? What will this cost? I think we already went through pricing. $139.99 plus tax at the Bardstown Discovery, or the Bardstown Bourbon Company Distillery.
Say that 5 times fast.
No.
Or also, very soon, coming to a store near you. Or state near you, except if you're in Missouri, Illinois. I don't know if they're in Illinois.
I think they're in like 21 or 22 states now.
They're not everywhere, so I'm sorry if you... I know Missouri for one. If you live in Missouri, you're SOL.
You can go to Indiana. It's not far.
Yeah, it's true. But because I know a lot of people that watch this are my friends from Missouri, and I'm sorry. Maybe if you ask nice, like I'll get you one. I don't know. But.
Actually, if you go to Illinois, if you're in the Chicagoland area, I know Benny's carries it.
Really? Okay.
Benny's actually had their own exclusive. It was only sold in Chicago, only sold at Benny's, exclusive Bardstown collaboration.
I guess also if you live in Missouri, if you really want this, you can just have a bottle shipped to you because it's legal to ship it in Missouri to Missouri. So whatever.
Or, I mean, you may know a guy that lives within 2 hours of the distillery.
Yeah, also true. But anyway, let's talk about it.
Yep.
So, like, for some reason, my right nose just always gets a lot of the ethanol.
Is it always?
Always.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So, fun fact. You have a dominant nostril, and it can change up to 21 times a day.
Really?
One nostril will pick up all of your notes, like your scents. The other one will pick up the alcohol.
Yeah. And
it will burn like a bitch.
It's always the right nostril burning for me, every time.
So
left is my notes.
Does it make you far right or far left?
That's another podcast.
So what are you getting on that?
So, like, I originally, when I first opened it, got a lot of, like, cola almost.
You get that a lot.
I do. And it was a fresh glass, so I knew it was just my nose. But definitely I'm getting... like a sweetness.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you what I'm getting.
Well, hit me with it.
I'll hit you with it. So have you ever had a funnel cake with like fruit topping on it? Like strawberry, like a strawberry topping? Funnel cake with powdered sugar and strawberry?
I mean, not strawberry, but just funnel cake. Like just all the frosting.
I'm getting like red fruits with confectioner sugar.
I smell the sugar. Like I get the sugarness out of it, but I'm not getting like the.
Well, there's a very faint tart note in there.
Yeah. Well, let's do a first sip here.
Or 10th.
First sip for review here purposes. What's the proof on this again? Do we talk about that? 114. Yep. So definitely a little bit higher proof than a Weller. For those that are just drinking normal,
No.
or if you can find them now. So
it is a little higher proof.
Yeah, I still am getting just a ton of cherry, like when I'm drinking, which I should be. But I get a lot of it.
And it's that bottle. Full disclosure, that bottle's been open since about 2 o'clock this afternoon. So it's had time to get some oxygen to it. And so here's another tip for aspiring whiskey drinkers.
There you go.
Don't ever judge a whiskey off of the first sip once you open a bottle.
No, yeah.
Because although this whiskey has probably only been in this bottle for a couple weeks, the lack of oxygen, oxygen allows some different flavors and scents and whatever to come out of the whiskey. And if it's deprived of that, it could change a lot about the profile of it.
You think they bottled this just a couple weeks ago?
If that.
Really?
That.
Wow.
Yeah.
I figured they would have had these bottles sitting around for just a
No, they don't. They don't bottle them and wait. Like, they bottle them and get them out to the public.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So.
And the fact that we got it at the distillery like this, today.
So I kind of freaked out for a second when we got in there and I saw that there was only like 10 of them sitting on the table.
I listened to them though. They have more of them.
They do. And then I don't know if you saw the bottom shelf. They were completely lined up down there as well.
Yeah, but he also said like there's more under this drawer over here, like how those drawers underneath the cabinets. So there's more in here. But they were intentionally not putting a ton out, I think, just to kind of make it, because they've got a ton of tours today, like a ton of tours tomorrow. Like I bet those Origins, which we can talk about Origin if we want to, but that's a whole another conversation about the Origin bourbon. But
I'm getting second sip. Still getting the confectioner sugar.
Okay.
Add a little pepper in it.
I got the pepper. Yeah, that's what that was.
Yep. Very short finish on it though.
Yeah, I mean it's not very.
It doesn't hang around for a little bit. It makes you want to go and grab.
But
that could also change too in about another week.
True. But I don't hate that it's a pretty short finish. Like I'm okay with that because it just makes me want to drink more of it, which is a problem.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah,
that could have been. I mean, that could have been deliberate by them. They're like, well, keep it a short finish. They'll keep drinking more, and then they'll come back and buy another one.
Except for when we can't find these in 2 weeks from now.
Well, Discovery 11 will be available by then.
2 weeks from now? No, come on.
By the way, Nick Artis, if you're watching, I do have your bottle sitting right over there. I did buy you one because I knew that you were going to want one. So now you need to freaking...
Did he respond to you about that?
Yeah, he sure did.
Oh,
he said, yep, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Oh, well, what a nice guy.
I got you a stupid pony bottle, too. So...
Pony bottle?
Little grenade, little pony bottle.
Oh, you got a grenade pony bottle?
No. I mean, it looks like a...
Oh. Where'd you find that at?
So, if you leave the office where we work, there's one attached to a gas station.
Yes.
I don't know if you've seen that one.
I've been there.
Yeah, it smells like crap.
Been in there.
Yep. And
It's
I walked
just down the street.
I was talking to the liquor store owner or manager or whatever he was. He was working at the time. He was earning his keep. I asked him. I said, "What have you got in recently?" He goes, "Well, we got some Eagle Rare, we got some Blantons, but all of the Blantons I think are accounted for." I said, and he asked me. He said, "Are you on Bonnie's list? Because she usually calls everybody when these allocated bottles come in." Allocated means like highly sought after.
Oh, hey, thanks, Kayla. Yes, the chairs are mighty comfy. Thank you for saying so. Yes.
You should be paying attention to your little movie that you're watching.
What movie are they watching? Kayla, if you can still hear me, what movie did you guys decide on? Not to interrupt the...
They're probably just watching our Twitch on...
Just watching our Twitch on the TV? That'd be so funny. It would be so great. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
So I was asking him. I asked him. He goes, "Well, I got this Bland's down here." He goes, "You sure she hasn't called you?" Like, yeah. she even knows who I am because I told her that I live in Ohio, and she's got family in Ohio, so that's how we kind of bonded when I came in. So she took my number down and put it in the book. Said as soon as all the allocated stuff comes in, I'll give you a call and let you know what we have. Never received a call, so I popped in, and we're sitting there chatting, and he looks down, he sees a Blanton's down there. Sure as shit, there's one on hold for a Scott.
Really?
Not me.
Oh,
She
no.
called another Scott, and the guy was like, well, your name's Scott. There's a Blanton's here. You said, like, this says Scott here. I guess I've got to sell it to you.
Jeez. Okay, then.
Yeah.
Well, dang. Some other Scott's not happy about
I
that.
did say, for the record, I don't want to screw somebody else out of something that they were called and said it's on hold.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, fair game. Your name's Scott. This doesn't have any other. So if you want it, I'll sell it to you for retail.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
So I bought it.
Bought you a pony bottle.
Yep. And then I upcharged my really good friend.
Sounds like a world. I wish you would have won that wild turkey today so you could have upcharged me for it.
I was definitely going to upcharge you for that.
I know. I would have been super happy to be upcharged for it. It would be great.
Because it's still $100 less than what you were going to pay for it today.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't have paid that for it ever today. Ever. Never, never, ever. That's too much.
That's this bottle.
Yeah.
So,
We're way off topic on the Bardstown. Sorry about that, everybody, but just know
it happens.
it happens. If you are looking to buy a Bardstown, one bottle, and you go into their distillery and like you need one, well, they're not gonna have Origin white label like 9 times out of 10. So I would highly recommend if you're just wanting to get a Discovery bottle, pick this one up over. I'd pick this one up over 8.
I'd pick this one up over 4 right now.
What? Well, over
And
4?
4 is the goat.
4 is the goal, but and you say you can get us one. We need to talk about that.
I can. That's offline.
Yeah, offline. We'll talk about that more.
Yeah.
But
Yep. So he keeps saying this Bardstown Origin product, and what Origin is,
you have
and he's
one?
gonna grab. I do have one. It's unopened
Oh, perfect.
because I drank my first one. So I mentioned before, Bardstown is a fairly new distillery.
This is easily probably one of the bottles of the year.
Maybe it's up there.
Top 10.
Yeah, it's up there. So when a new distillery opens up, they obviously don't have, like, they want to get their doors open as quickly as they can, and they want to start making money as quickly as they can. So what they do, examples would be Natural Barrel Company, New Riff did this, Bardstown Bourbon Company did this as well, Lux Road did this. It's what's called sourcing, and what that means is they're buying barrels, and I mentioned this before, they're buying barrels from other companies so that they can take them, age them on their property, and then they can bottle them with their own label. But they have to fully disclose what state they don't have to disclose where they got it from. But 9 times out of 10, they have to state where the bourbon or whiskey or whatever it is that they bought or they're bottling, where it was distilled from. So if you look at the back of the sticker, a lot of times you'll see it'll say distilled in Indiana, distilled in Kentucky, distilled in Tennessee, distilled in Georgia, distilled in Canada. That'll give you an idea, and you can kind of put your, you can do your research on your own to figure out where those bourbons came from. But when they're sourcing those, they're getting their product that's already been made, they're bottling it, and they're selling it while their own stuff that they're making is aging. Most bourbons, all bourbons actually, to be considered a bourbon, has to be aged for a minimum of 2 years in new American white oak barrels. Charred. Yeah, it has to be charred.
Have you had a 2-year bourbon ever?
I have one. Do you want to try it?
No. It sounds awful.
It's a Jim Beam product too. And they thought it was good enough to bottle.
That's crazy. Sorry, not to
Yeah.
interrupt you. That's just...
Yeah. So what Bardstown did is they were sourcing from other companies while their product that they had made 5 to 6 years ago is aging in their rick house and maturing. So fast forward to 2023, Bardstown's product that they had first laid to rest 6 years ago is ready to be bottled. And that's the product that John was referencing called Origin. So this is their own distillate that they created on site. They barreled it on site. It aged on site, and it is their own product that they didn't get from anywhere else. They're not blending it with anything else. And that's what the Bardstown Origin series is.
And they're all amazing.
Yeah.
Like for the price point, like I challenge you to find a better bourbon.
Yep. So they're doing so there's 3 of them in the Origin lineup right now. There's a standard bourbon whiskey, which is aged 6 years. I believe it's right around 94 proof. It's a white label, runs about $44.99. Then there is a black label Origin, which is a wheated bottled and bond. And when I say wheated, it means that there is, instead of their typical corn, rye, and malted barley, they're using a mash bill of corn, wheat, and malted barley. So it gives it a little bit more of a softer approach or a softer taste on the palate. And it's bottled and bond as well, which means it was aged for a minimum of 4 years, but I believe all of the Origin series products are aged for a minimum of 6 years. 100 proof, under government supervision, at least the rick house that it was aged in was. And then the third one is a green label, which in the whiskey industry, if it's a green label, it's typically indicative of it being a rye whiskey. Whatever, I don't know, but that's just the thing. But that one is, I believe, aged 6 years as well. I think that one might be around, in somewhere between 95 and 100 proof. But those are a little bit more. Those are $69.99. Just typically a rye whiskey is a little bit more expensive to make. The rye, the rye grains that they use, just cost a lot more than your corn in your malted barley is. So
great stuff though.
Great stuff, absolutely great stuff. They underestimated how successful this product was going to be, and grossly underestimated it. Yeah, so they don't even have enough to keep at the distillery, let alone distribute it out to, stores across the nation where they have distribution at.
Can you imagine if Bardstown was in all the states right now?
Well, yeah.
Like that's like, I don't know how
it'd probably be more highly sought after than, I don't want to say it, but that company in Frankfurt with the Buffalo.
I mean, they'd definitely be a sought after bottle. They'd be allocated all of a sudden.
The problem is that they just did not make enough to meet the demand. They didn't anticipate the demand was going to be as high as it was. So here we are, and you can't even find it on the shelf.
And we're like in their backyard. Like,
yeah, we're in their backyard. Yeah, and we have that line hasn't even been distributed to Tennessee yet.
That's crazy.
Fusion Discovery and their collaborative series. That's all that we see in Tennessee. We have not seen Origin yet. Now, we're only 25, 30 minutes from the state border of Kentucky, and we can hop over and we can find it over there. But the fact that we can't find it in our own state,
it's weird that it's not here yet. Like, that just...
You would think that us and Ohio would be the first 2 states to get it.
Yeah, it's right here. It's easy. Ship it over.
Well, it's whatever distributor got to it first, I guess.
That's true. All right, well, let's give a final before we just start hanging out and just dicking around with Dickel. Final grade on Bardstown.
I don't see any Dickel up here.
That Bardstown got some Dickel in it.
2%.
2% Dick. Final grade on Bardstown Discovery 10. Give me 1 to 5 is going to be our grading scale, not 1 to 10 because we're not going to be those guys.
Okay. So 1 to 5.
1 to 5. You can do half points if you want to, but we'll just do 1 to 5.
What are we rating? Nose, palate, finish, and value?
I would do. We can talk about those things. Let's just give it like a number rating based off of overall. But hit the nose. What's your nose rating?
I give it a 4.
Yeah, I mean it's got a strong nose to it.
It's not the best nose that I've had.
It's pleasant.
It's pleasant.
I'm gonna be a 3.5 on the nose.
Why?
Because it's good,
okay.
And I don't think it's 4. I don't think it's great, which I consider a 4 great. I consider 3.5 good.
Give me an example of a 4 to 5 nose. Something that you've had and you're like, I can smell this all day long.
I mean, I think I could smell the what did we just open? The Knob 18. I think that's a 4.5 all day on the nose. It smells amazing.
I think it tastes better than it smells.
I agree, but I think it has a great nose to it. I think it has a better nose than this, wouldn't you?
Nope.
Okay, well that's why this is a great opinion piece and not, we don't have to agree.
Nobody's right, nobody's wrong.
That's right, we can have our own opinions.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the nose. Talk about taste.
I think palate it check marks all the boxes for me.
Yeah.
I mean, you get your sweet, you get your spicy, you get. Sometimes I want a long finish, and sometimes I just want something that it hits my palate and it's gone.
Right.
Right now, today, I want something that's not going to linger. If I want something that's going to linger, I'm going to drink an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. I'm going to drink a Booker's, which is down there. We've got the new batch to sample.
We may open that in a second.
Yeah.
I'll say.
But right now, like this is just hitting all the right notes for me. I'm probably I'd call it a. I think I like the nose better than the palate. I'm gonna give it a 3.75.
Okay. Ooh, you got in the 0.75s.
I am because I think 3.5 would be a slap in the face to it.
Okay. I like the palate actually more than the nose, in my opinion. Like me personally. Before you say anything, I was gonna give it a 4. So I like the palate a lot. I don't think it's over a 4. I don't think it's good. It's teetering on great on the palate, but I don't think it teeters over that 4 marker on the palate.
Subtle sweet heat is what I'm getting on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
For sure. Like
it's not crushable. I can drink multiple glens of it, but I can't drink it all night long.
No, I'd have to switch for sure. So I think 4 is solved there. Value, price wise.
Price wise, with the age of it, thumbs up. 4.
Yeah,
all day long.
I'm like 4.5 on that. I think it's. Yeah. I mean, the only thing I wish it was. I mean, if it were cheaper, but I mean, like that's just what they charge for.
I mean, you're just being an American right now.
Yeah, like I always want
like
cheaper.
I want it cheaper.
Yeah, sure, but I also want it to be good. So I know what you want from me.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely high value on that. So overall grade. Final thoughts. Overall grade on it. I'll go first if you want.
You can go first because I'm trying to figure out if I think I like this better than 4.
Okay. So my final thoughts. Discovery 10. A huge solid entry, I think, into the Discovery line, in my opinion. Scott can say whatever he wants about it. I think it's probably one of the best entries into the Discovery line I've had so far. I haven't had 4, so I can't speak to 4 like Scott might. But as far as like going from 6 to 10, which I've had all of those, I think this is definitely the top of all of those.
Have you opened your 6 already?
I mean, that's great. It's really good, by the way. But I think this hits a lot of the notes that I like.
I need to try the 6.
Yeah. Hits a lot of the notes that I like more right now. And that can change day to day like it can for everybody.
That can change tomorrow.
Sure could. I like this a lot. If I had to do it over again, I would have bought another bottle if they would have let me, but it was just one. Unless you sweet talk the lady. But that's another conversation. So overall, I really enjoyed the bottle. If you see it, I would consider it a must pick up if you see it. I would grab a bottle if I saw it on the shelf because you're probably not going to see it very much. And I'm going to give overall a 4. I like it.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. We're not going higher than a 4. It's not going to be 4.2, not 4.1, not 4.3.
See, there's the difference in the labels. If you can see that, probably not. But you can probably you can screenshot. I'll wait for a second.
Whoop.
Screenshot. Screenshot.
Or you could just Google them.
Screenshot, and I'll zoom in, and you can see how the gold lettering looks really, really nice on this maroon or burgundy or whatever. So, what's the difference between maroon and burgundy? Is it like yams and sweet potatoes? Just it's the region.
That's definitely right there. That's got maroon,
not burgundy.
Not burgundy.
But if we're in Ohio, it's burgundy.
Correct. Your room.
So it's all about.
Room is burgundy.
It's the same. Where do you think I got the inspiration for the color of the room?
I mean, listen.
It's the same damn color.
It's really close. It's close.
No. So I'd probably give it a 3.75 out of 4.
Okay.
Out of 5.
I like that.
And that is very acceptable.
It is. It's a great bottle.
Yep. What are you?
What? Oh, I'm messing with some stuff over here. Ignore me.
Are you
Ignore the
changing
man.
backgrounds?
Ignore the man behind the mask here. I'm just working on stuff to make sure I can see anybody talking. I don't want to miss anybody. So
Are you
There we go.
Can you change backgrounds?
Backgrounds? What backgrounds?
I don't know. Like on
Like
on Microsoft Teams.
Behind
Can you-
us?
Yeah. Can you
No.
put a background behind us?
No, this is live. Where there's no changing.
backgrounds.
Oh, see now I'm muted.
I don't know. Like
Well, there it is. See, we don't want none of that. There we go. Just refreshing it here. Okay, we're great.
Are we still live?
We're still alive. We're always alive. It never stops.
Yeah.
I'll go in after the fact and get it cleaned up a little bit. Maybe I might add a slider or two.
I really don't even know if there's anything hiding in here.
Oh.
No.
So that's going to conclude the Bardstown Discovery moment. If you're looking for Discovery 10, 3.75, 4 right here. Again, I rate it. If you see it on the shelf and you like Bardstown, you've had Bardstown before, I think you have to pick it up. In my opinion, I wouldn't walk past it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd get it, especially if you're getting it at normal price. If it's if it's marked up, be careful. But definitely pick it up for regular retail price.
If you have a local bar that has it on the shelf,
Oh, yeah.
and you're skeptical of spending the $140, go pay a little bit of money, try it before you buy it.
Sure.
But
If
I
you
think
see it
I think I told somebody today that anytime they come out with a release, I'm driving to the distillery. I'm getting it the day of
Yeah, absolutely.
because
Ooh,
they've
America.
they've
Sorry,
proven.
can't say that, can I?
Huh?
Can't say America, can I? Is
Why
that
not?
copyrighted?
Why not?
I don't know if
It's not copywritten, but I mean it's not your thing, so
It's not. It's definitely. I don't want it to be my thing, but listen, that's a great YouTube channel. Better than this one.
Yeah. Cheers, Matt.
Cheers, Matt. If you ever see this, which you won't, unless I send it to you, which would be funny. Cheers to you, sir. Appreciate all you do.
Mm-hmm. Love
And
your reviews.
Love your reviews. Would love to meet you one day. Come drink bourbon with us.
He's down here all the time.
I know he is.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a lot of fun. Imagine like meeting up and just drinking bourbon with him. That'd be
This is actually missing something compared to 10.
on the nose.
Nope, on the palate.
Oh, you've already sipped it. Okay.
This is a much more savory palate. It doesn't have that sweet spiciness to it.
Yeah, it's still. How's you?
Mm-hmm.
My phone's up there. I literally look for my phone. I'm like, oh, where's my phone? There, right.
It's good.
It's good, but not great.
Mm-hmm. Molly, we were doing the Bourbon Barks and Spirits event last year,
Yeah.
and Molly's my wife.
Hey,
Love
Mom, if
you.
you're watching.
Love you. She was helping pour at the event 2 years ago, and we had Bardstown Discovery 6 as one of the premium pours.
Oh, nice.
Her description of it was a circus in your mouth.
I mean, that's not the words I would use for it, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
good.
It's very, very good.
It's hard drinking that after just drinking 10 because I really feel like 10's a superior bottle.
Well, it's a sign of how they've evolved. They're blending.
Yeah. But I don't think you could say that, 8 is a superior bottle to 6.
I don't know. Depends on the day.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's the Bardstown Life. We're going to cut Bardstown right there. So we're going to keep talking and hanging out. But I'll put a marker in there to end the Bardstown discussion for this segment. Check it out.
We're gonna try something bad.
Something bad. Oh, God. As long as it's not Irish apple from Conor McGregor. I don't want that. I don't want to be sick. It's not good.
I've never been sick after drinking that.
It's not good. It tastes like Jolly Ranchers melted in my mouth. Why?
Then I guess we gotta try it.
No. What is that? What is the other bottle you got there? What are you? Scott's over here off camera just getting random stuff. What is Harden Creek? Oh boy.
See the phone? See the number on the front of that?
Oh, is this the 2-year one?
That's the 2-year
Oh,
one.
jeez, this is gonna be so bad.
Everyone's gotta do it.
Look at the color of it. Look at that.
Reset your palate with some apples.
I'm gonna reset something with some apples. Good lord.
Yep.
Did you? Oh, you got another can. I'll get one.
I'm gonna drink out of this little guy because it's a special. Man, that smells like not It doesn't just smell like the Jolly Rancher green candy.
God, gross.
It smells like, if you remember back in the day, Jolly Rancher used to make sticks. Do you remember those?
I do remember.
They're
those.
about yay long. That's what it smells like.
What are these? Are these like special?
Those are glasses.
Are they special?
It's called a Kinsey glass.
Okay, well.
For some reason or another, Molly loves them, and I think that it doesn't roll right.
You know what? You know what's gonna roll right out of it? Little Irish apple from Conor McGregor. Because I'm Irish and I don't like to fight. Sorry, is that?
Yeah.
Well, that's
So.
That's
I was
a big
actually.
pour. Holy craps!
It's like 44 proof. It's,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
nothing. It's like Jolly Rancher water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. I did a decent pour of it.
Uh-huh.
You can be done with it now.
Down the hatch.
America. Ireland.
I'm telling
Ireland.
you, it smells like Welch. It smells like Welch's
No,
apple juice.
It does smell like Welch's apple juice. I agree. Like, it smells like okay.
Welch's did not pay for any kind of
No,
endorsement.
what it smells like is I just opened up a whole bunch of sour apple Jolly Ranchers. Okay, the green ones.
Told you.
No, but like I didn't put them in my mouth yet. I just opened all of them and I'm like holding them and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna eat you so good. You know what I mean? Like that's what's gonna happen. Like, like they're about just to go deep in my mouth with the Jolly Ranchers. We actually have viewers now. Hi, viewers.
Who's on?
Well, I don't know. They haven't chatted yet. Make sure to introduce yourself. Don't be a jerk.
Yeah, say hi.
Don't just watch and be a creeper.
If this is Santaz from around the block, yeah.
So
Cheers.
If you just tuned in and you missed it, we're for some reason breaking up our bourbon drinking and going to drink some proper 12 Irish apple.
we never said this was a bourbon podcast. We said this was going to be a whiskey podcast.
We said
and
it was
that is
gonna be-
whiskey.
This is technically just hanging. What? Just hanging with Scott.
Oh, this
and
is
John.
called just hanging.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can just hang. I've got some scotch down there. I've got some Irish whiskey.
We're just hanging with Scott and John right now. By the way, that's not a bad name, right? I mean, there's. Wow. Well, that's sure something.
I want tang with this, and there's no tang. It's sweet.
Yeah.
I want like Granny Smith apple, because that's what it smells like.
Okay.
It tastes like sugar water.
Scott, I just don't like this at all. It's not good. I'm not happy about it. Why you make me drink it?
You love it.
I don't.
Did you watch Dan and Sean's? They did a review on this.
I did watch that. Yes.
Yeah. And all they wanted was to sit there. They literally, I think they said they would put a straw in the thing and just sip it.
That's disgusting.
I bet this is better on ice.
You know what I bet it's better with?
Toilet water?
Yes. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. It's not bad. Like if it were St. Patrick's Day and I was feeling, pretty Irish that day, I'd be ready to go.
It's a lot better than Crown Apple.
Well, yeah, it's better than Crown Apple, but Crown Apple is pretty gross.
You know that's actually that was my gateway whiskey.
Crown Apple?
Crown Apple was.
Or just Crown?
Crown Apple. Do you remember Dan and Melissa Houle?
Yeah, uh-huh.
So they actually got me into the whole crown. I can't remember what they brought over. They brought over some sort of crown, and I got hooked. They're like, you need to blend this with something. I think it was some sort of crown and ginger ale or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then I saw this Crown Apple came out, and at that time was my soon-to-be brother-in-law. They were looking for Christmas gifts for me, and I said, I don't know. I'm kind of digging this Crown Royal stuff right now. So they found this Crown Apple, which was a limited edition, and they got that for me for Christmas. And that was my gateway into the whiskey world.
Well, I mean, at least it got you.
I'm talking to somebody that's completely distracted over here.
I'm listening to you. I'm listening.
No, he's hearing me. He's not listening.
I'm listening the whole time. I'm here for it.
No.
I am. I'm
There's a
listening to you.
big difference between the two.
I'm working on the stream right now. That's all.
The stream should just be streaming.
It is streamed, but I'm trying to get in so I can talk to people for us if they're talking, to make it easier on us. Because people might want to talk to us. You don't know.
Time out.
What are we timing out?
I don't know. I'm just waiting.
It's waiting.
Yep, you can edit this later.
I'm not going to edit it. It's live. This is how we live. This is the life that we live, Scott. It's live, and it's how we handle it.
So let's talk. Let's talk about like faulty live situations.
Okay.
So we're both professional wrestling fans. Have you ever seen? I think it was back in the 90s. It was at an In Your House. Mean Gene Okerlund was interviewing Psycho Sid, and no, it wasn't Mean Gene. It was somebody else. I think it was Jim Ross. It was Jim Ross, and Psycho Sid Vicious, was going through his promo, and he screwed it up. He goes, I screwed it up. Can we start over? And Jim Ross says, "We're live, pal."
I do remember that. Oh my gosh, that's funny. That was so good. All right, we're back.
Yeah.
I'm back. No one's chatting. They're just watching.
I mean, he just click, 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 click. I guarantee it's probably our two wives who are one floor below us.
I know. They're down
watching us on the big screen instead of
there.
up here in the room.
That's
hanging
fine.
out with
It
us.
doesn't matter. I don't care.
Yeah. See how
Yeah,
hot it's getting in this
Dude,
room?
it's hot. Holy, we need a fan in here. If we're going to record more in here, we got to have a fan. See, I'm going to talk about recording more in here. We got to have a fan.
Or we have to have days in Nashville that aren't 95 degrees. And
It's going to get like 100 degrees. It's stupid.
You may see if I can open this window and get a breeze through here.
No, because I'll waste AC. I'm going to do that crap.
Do you hear the AC on right now?
No, but why isn't the AC on right now? Better question. I'm just asking.
Why are we making things complicated right now?
I know, jeez. Like, where's the vents in this room?
Where's
It's right there.
Where's the vent in this room?
The one. Oh, that's more than it should be cool in it.
All right, we're getting there.
Did you already? Oh my gosh! I thought you were done with your Irish out for a second. I felt really bad because your pour is way bigger than mine. Oh, okay. Oh boy.
Why is my upstairs one not on? Oh, there it is. 72, drop to 70.
That's hot. Jeez.
69 actually.
Fun fact: I used to keep mine on 69 at night. Now I put it on 68 just because I did. Kayla got tired of making 69 jokes every night.
All right, so we're done with this.
Thank God.
I'm not going to make you drink this.
Thank you. I don't want to drink it. Whoa.
So I'll give you the cliff notes of this one.
Please give someone the cliff notes of it.
Tastes like peanut brittle.
Blech. Is it good?
My co-host is drunk.
No, I'm not. I'm drinking some water.
Here.
By the way, did you see my sweet Star Wars sticker? Do you want one? I have other Star Wars stickers, which would like one. So you can have it for our Disney trip. By the way, if Nick's watching this Disney trip, you know why Nick's not watching this right now? He'll watch
Because he's running
Because he's running. That's I didn't think
in
about
the
that.
heat
Mm-hmm.
in Ohio. Ohio sucks.
Does it though? I thought you loved Ohio.
We'll take that comment. We'll take that conversation offline.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you want to play some side by sides?
Ooh, that'd be fun.
So
I don't know how much longer we want to stream, but we can do something else. Are you gonna? By the way, is this the old Jack 10?
the one that's not open is the old Jack.
Okay,
10.
so don't open it.
We're opening it.
We
That's
are.
why it's over here.
I thought you were gonna sell it.
Selling whiskey
Is
online is illegal.
Is it- no,
Don't
no,
ever do it.
I thought you were going to trade that to somebody else with money involved. What's this?
Do me a favor.
Yes.
Take that away.
Okay.
And then over on the bottom shelf, you're going to see some black Glens.
Oh.
Yeah. We're going to blind.
We're blind on which bottom shelf?
They're all the way at the front of the
Oh
the
God,
room.
it's so far away. Oh yeah, here they are.
He's going to break them.
We need 4. We need
He's
2.
going to break them.
Do we need 2v2?
How about I do 2 black and you do 2 gold?
Don't you judge me like that.
Don't tell me what to do. All right. I just got a Facebook message from Nick.
Oh, you did? What did he say?
Actually, he must have just come back in because I sent him a picture of those Bomba peanut butter puffs.
Uh-huh. And he said those look amazing.
I said, my diet's screwed.
They're so good.
Yeah.
I literally was hungry earlier for a snack and I just cracked one open.
110 calories.
I was like, sorry, Logan, I'm about to eat your snacks.
110.
I do want one of those.
One of what?
Wild turkeys someday.
Well, I mean, you could buy one.
Hey viewers, how you doing? Make sure to chat with us.
comment, like, and subscribe if that's a thing.
I mean, it definitely is, but really, it's easy to do. I'll be right here talking to you while Scott's getting stuff ready. The top of the screen here, there's a button that says follow. It costs you $0 to click it. It does nothing to you. It doesn't hurt you. It's easy. It takes like a half a second. And if you think we're cool, or you know me, or you know Scott, or even if you don't, but you just are feeling nice, just click it.
Or if you think we're douche canoes,
just click it.
Click it too.
Just click it. I really don't care. Just click it.
I really don't care.
It costs you nothing and does everything for me. So really, like that's cool. So
I really don't care what you think about me.
wow, that's pretty messed up.
How's that messed up?
That's pretty messed up.
How?
I don't know.
Let's explain. Let's talk about that.
Douche canoes?
Do you care about what other people think about you?
No,
Okay.
not a little bit.
So here is a fun statistic.
Mm-hmm.
This is the 2021 edition of the Jack Daniel's 10-year, which
open.
was the first age-stated Jack Daniel's to come out in Lord knows how long.
Forever.
And then this year, they released a Jack Daniel's 10-year, batch number 2, which both are 97 proof. And then they also released a 12-year Jack Daniel's,
Which is delicious.
which is a sore subject for some people. Not me, but, you know.
Hey, bro, how about the Bears?
Who's that?
What?
It's gotta be somebody that knows that I'm a Bears fan.
Retro Gamer 2022.
Who the hell is Retro Gamer 2002?
Retro Gamer 2002. Don't tell me to stop drinking, and Scott wants to know who you are.
How do you know that? Wait a minute. How do you know I'm a Bears fan?
Maybe he doesn't.
Yeah, he absolutely does if he says go Bears.
Okay. How about the
Retro-
Bears?
Retro Gamer.
I don't know, it's just this Scott. He's Scott. He wants to know who you are.
Oh boy.
Anyway.
Someone's drinking.
I'm drinking.
Well, that person's drinking. If they're
Are you
putting
retro? Are you drinking? Talk to us more. You're the first person to chat with this, so don't leave. This is fun. All right, Jack Daniel's 10s. We're gonna side by side them, right?
Yep.
Well, while you're thinking about introducing yourself, Retro, we're gonna side by side these Jack Daniels.
Want to know the difference? Want to know a subtle difference between Jack Daniel's 10-year 2021 and 2023?
One's from 2021, one's from 2023.
Motherfucker. They're both 10 years old. Both 97 proof.
You're drinking, not me, dough balls. I don't know who
Dough balls.
I don't know who this person
There's
is.
no Chicago Bears anything in this room. So they know exactly who I am. 750 ml, 700 ml.
Oh, it's a little smaller.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, they dicked you on 50 mil.
They dicked everybody on
They
50
did.
mil.
They did. The
Wow.
sad part is, you know what? Charge even more money for it with less bourbon.
Let me give you more. Let me give you less for more.
Are these marked at all? Are we gonna know which is? Oh, okay. So, are you? How are we doing this?
I know exactly which. Do you have anything that will indicate?
I have letters on the bottom of mine.
Okay.
So I've got a B on this one,
So,
and I've got a D on this one.
all right. So I'm pouring Jack Daniel, the original, 2021.
Mm-hmm. Do you have letters on yours?
I have one that's marked and one that's not.
Okay.
So I'm going to know exactly which
Well,
one.
here, let's put.
My unmarked is going to be the original.
I'm gonna unmark one of these. Is that okay? Take this label off.
That's fine.
All right. So I have an unmarked one, and that's the unmarked one that you just
Mine
did.
is unmarked. So
Okay,
give me
that's
yours.
that's unmarked. Screwballs. Retro, are you drinking? Because you're talking like you're drunk.
Screwball, peanut butter whiskey. Fuck off.
Screwball.
I love you, by the way. But anybody that drinks
BDOG 21 unmarked.
B Dog.
B Dog.
Who's B Dog?
I don't know. Retro, you're crazy. You drinking? Come on.
B Dog.
I don't know. Love you too. He loves you too.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
here's your 10-year 2021.
Well, I'm just gonna mix them up and make them all crazy.
You need to know which one's which. So unmarked is the unmarked is 2021.
But I don't need to. I need to know. I don't need to know anymore. Because I'm not
No,
doing
because you're gonna sit that down and you're gonna like it. You're gonna let me pour both of them, and I'm gonna mix yours up, and you're gonna mix mine up,
blind. Okay, that's fine.
and we're gonna figure out which one's which.
That's fine. But really, Retro, who are you? Seriously. Like, good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. I don't recognize the name from my stream, so appreciate you. Make sure to hit that follow button. You're the best.
All right.
Hugs and kisses.
So there's yours. So take mine.
Okay.
So I know that unmarked is original 10.
Okay.
Marked is new 10.
Did you pour them?
They're poured.
Okay, then let's mix them up.
Right. So look away.
Yep, I'm gonna look over
Look
here.
away, sweet.
Mixing balls, put them in, my boo. Pour them and mix them, my boo. I'm pouring and mixing. Boo, I'm pouring and mixing them good. All right, I've mixed them up really good.
All right.
You don't know which is which. There's no way you could. Chicago.
Is it Abby?
Abby, is that you?
It's definitely not Abby.
Abby, that you?
All right.
You want to talk about it, Abby?
Here, let me look on my phone. See if. Who was in? Are they in Chicago?
I don't know. Maybe they're talking about the Bears.
Oh, who's mad about us?
Who? Who is that?
Talking Bourbon and Bardstown Discovery 10. Stop by. Somebody put a little mad face.
I should have tagged you in that. My bad. No, it's too late now.
And I can't see who put the mad face.
Because it's my post?
Yeah, you need to go look and see who put the mad
Well,
face.
we're streaming with my phone, so I can't do it. And I'll look later.
Hmm.
Probably Nick. Probably Nick Ortiz.
Well, that's his fault. He decided to go run. Alright, so let's get him.
So I'm starting right here. I don't know. I'm just going right here.
I'm nosing both first
Oh, okay.
before I even taste them.
Fair enough, yep. 2 toes, 5.55.
2 toes. It's either Dan or Melissa Hool. It's Dan or Melissa Hool. It's gotta be. Tegan 2 toes, 5.55. It's Melissa or it's Dan.
Okay.
100%.
I'm gonna go with Dan.
I'm going with Dan.
I am too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, miss you.
Yeah.
Love you.
Good to see you, bud. Or
Yeah.
good to see Melissa. I don't know.
It's definitely Dan. Ooh.
OMG. Yo.
Yo.
Oh.
Yo. Boats and hoes, yo.
What? A ghost boat tour on the Dells, eh?
You know, DJ actually is gonna.
We got you.
Huh?
They said we got you.
Yep. DJ's actually. He's gonna run Big Turtle next year with me.
Really?
Yep.
Well, that's awesome.
I don't know if he's registered. I'm registered at half off.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a really good price. So noses, by the way, on these two, very similar.
One's got a little bit more bite to it than
It
the other.
does. Mm-hmm. Just a little, not much.
Yep.
This one has a little more bite to it. I don't know which one it is, but this one has a little more bite to it. I'm going to keep my right hand as the more bite one.
Do we really want to screw things up here?
Why?
Because I can get that 2003 Jack Daniels.
God, no, we don't need to do that. Bite. Dan's retro, and I'm commenting.
Who's commenting?
Dan's retro. What?
What? Like Mario retro?
Are you playing the Switch right now? Are you switching it?
Ooh,
Dan's bite. Arr.
that smells great. They both smell great.
They have a great nose, yeah.
One has a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. This one has
One's
more,
a little bit more pronounced.
Yes.
And I think that has to do with the fact of lack of oxygen. So I think right off the bat, I feel like this one.
Dan King and Mel. Yeah, it's Dan King and Mel. Hey guys,
I
thanks
knew
for
it.
thanks for hanging out with us for a little
Miss
bit, guys.
you. Have fun. Have fun in Stratton. I think is that this weekend?
Is Stratton this weekend?
Is Stratton this weekend?
Yeah, well, you
Comment.
can type it. Yeah, let's.
Because I know that you guys were like on the fence of going.
OMG, you smell great. I mean, these bourbons smell great. I don't know, but we probably don't smell great because it's pretty hot in here. But
I turned it on and I can feel the cold air.
okay, well, there it is. I like the nose on this one more. The right hand is my favorite nose. I don't know which one that is.
Okay.
They're going June 11th. That's soon. That's like
That's
a week and a half. Next weekend?
June 11th.
No, 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
2 weeks. Yeah.
Less than 2 weeks. June 11th. Wait a minute.
Maybe they're going early.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gotcha. Kick JVT in the ass and make sure that he's actually training because I'm his pit crew at World's Toughest this year.
There you go. All right, I'm gonna start sipping.
All right. So before we start sipping,
Okay, sorry.
which nose do you like better?
This one, my right hand.
Okay.
The right hand is my favorite nose. I'm keeping it here.
I like the left better.
Okay, so we're opposite. Keep that glass in your left hand now.
Okay.
I'm gonna start sipping. I went with the left first. And I feel like I know which one the left is now.
You haven't even tasted the right one.
I feel like I know what it is, though. I do. Who invited this guy? Kaylee says. Wow, Kaylee, why are you being a dick?
Why aren't you paying attention to my wife?
Yeah. Whoa. Let's, sir. Let's calm down. Let's not say it like that.
Cuddle her hard.
Oh, real hard. Get all nice and warmed up. Ooh, that too much? I don't know.
I'm getting chocolate and plums. I've never gotten that off of a bourbon before. Or a whiskey.
Yes,
I'm
kids
sorry.
are doing the Tough Mudder next weekend. We don't see JVT. He's doing Saturday and we're doing Sunday.
You should go volunteer on Saturday.
Kaylee said we're watching running documentaries, you pervs.
Oh, I've died and gone to heaven with that one.
Wow. I really like the taste of the right one a lot more too. Like, it's so far my winner. I'm going to go again here in a second, but right now, right is pretty
Remember,
strong.
unmarked is the new one.
Correct.
Marked is the...
The 2020.
Marked is the one that has been open.
That's
which
the
is
new one.
this
then.
year.
Yes.
The one that's unmarked is the 2021 one.
Yes. Oh, well, I don't know if you're talking to Scott or both of us, but we miss you guys too. I haven't done a lot of races this year. I haven't seen anybody. It's really been kind of sad. I mean, just for me personally, baby, like taking baby to races is like super no bueno. Like, because there's just so much you got to pack, and like he's got to take breaks, and it just doesn't work.
He went to Spartan last year.
He did. It was fine, but he was also.
It was not fine.
It was not fine. It was fine. It was fine. Like, we made it work, but like after doing that one race, I was like, yeah, I don't want to do this a bunch more times. This is not super fun. So like hopefully when he gets a little bit older, like we can get to more events. But right now it's really hard. I mean, just to be honest with you about it. Like Scott's been there, he knows. So just because he's on a schedule, and if you mess up his schedule, oof, he is big mad, big mad. Like,
Melissa, Dan, I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if you know this or not, but the Broad Hackers actually moved about a half a mile away from us here in the same neighborhood. So
yeah, I'm about half a mile from Scott's house.
yeah.
So it's pretty great. So if ever you want to come to Tennessee, you know.
I mean, if we don't have room for you here, they've got room for you over there.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't have room for you over there, there's a
It's,
Holiday Inn Express.
there's a bunch of hotels in Gallatin. I wouldn't
Yeah.
recommend staying. I go to Hendersonville.
But so we're sitting in a designated bourbon room, and I don't know if Dan remembers this, but he bought me a bottle of Elijah Craig, and it took me forever and a day to drink that whole thing, and now, I mean,
Dan told me that's awesome party time about us both being here. So yeah, basically it's party time. Yeah.
So, you know, it's kind of funny that you guys hopped in here because about 20 minutes ago we were talking about how you brought over, it was either Crown Apple or Crown Vanilla over to my house, and that was kind of my gateway into whiskey. And then you bought me this Elijah Craig, and it took me forever and a day to drink it, but once I did, like, it was gone and game on. So you guys need to come and visit us here so you can see this room, and you can see all the little hidden nooks in this room that I like hide whiskey.
You do hide the
And-
whiskey. It's true.
So, but I blame you, Dan King.
Wow.
You're the reason for this room.
By the way, Kaylee says she misses Rank 2 and misses you guys. If you can't see that in chat, but you should be able to. You guys can talk to each other. And Scott is definitely drunk.
I'm not drunk, and Molly likes her boob to be grabbed while you guys are cuddling watching the movie.
Stop, motherfucker. So messed up. Kaylee hasn't had enough. By the way, in case you ever do want Kaylee to get handsy with somebody, feed her rum.
I've got a rum finished bourbon right up there.
Rum, Kaylee gets very handsy. She said, "LOL, I will not." Well, that's messed up, because she's your best friend, and you won't grab a boob if she wants you to. I'd grab Scott's boob if he wanted me to. Like, I'd do it.
I mean,
Like, what? Are you not a friend? Sorry. Anyway.
It's right there.
They want to know where Molly be.
Molly's watching a movie with Kaylee. They're on a date.
Dan has a damn man bourbon collection now. I mean,
What?
we have a man bourbon collection too, but that's interesting.
Yep.
Oh,
They-
jeez, there's like, who's this? Nine Lakh Mamba.
Who?
9 Lakh Mamba. Party started. Just tuning in, Scott. This is SH from work. Going to for sure get some good bourbon recommendations from you guys. Hey, welcome, sir.
Welcome to the team.
Welcome to the team. Yeah.
Whatever team that may be.
What team is? Oh, okay. Never mind. We're not talking about that stuff.
Yeah. We
But
can't.
Welcome to a team, whatever team it is. First, welcome to team watching the Twitch right now, where we're drinking bourbon, which is a lot of fun. Make sure, if you haven't already, everybody on this Twitch, click that follow button. You know, it takes about half a second. Helps me out, and I appreciate you guys. Dan has an unopened bottle of Stag Junior.
Can you ship it to me?
What? You don't want an open bottle of Stag Junior?
I do want an unopened bottle of Stag
Oh
Junior.
gosh.
You know what I can do with that?
What?
I can sell it.
You know what I do want to sell? I want to sell that one unopened bottle of.
Blood Oath Pact 8.
No.
You sure do.
No.
Want to know why?
No.
Because you don't know what the hell Calvados is.
But Bernheim, I would definitely sell. That Bernheim barrel proof.
Do you want to try mine?
No, I don't. I've had yours.
It tastes like wheat bread
It tastes like shit.
with a little bit of honey.
You're drinking bourbon? I thought this was a vodka stream.
Who is saying that?
What follow button? Retro Gamer, if you're on Twitch, there's a button
Dan?
right there. Yeah, Dan or whoever it is. Whoever's talking right now. I know you guys are switching, or maybe you're not. But anyway, there's a button right up top here that says like subscribe, and there's like a thumbs up next to it. You should click that button. Like, you don't have to get alerts to show when I go live, but just click that button. It says subscribe. It doesn't charge you money. It doesn't cost you anything. All it does is just say, hey, I really like what John and Scott are doing, and I'd like to see more of it sometimes. And you know what? Who doesn't want to see more of these guys? Hello?
You know what else it does? It extends your car's warranty.
I've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty, by the way.
All right, so
Okay, we gotta get back to our
They're
flies.
both starting to taste about the same. now.
Okay, well, we're drunk.
No, I'm feeling good. You were drunk before you got here.
I've been drinking a lot of bourbon. I opened a lot of Bardstowns and just started rifling down them.
Santa's welcome.
Yes,
welcome. I know you're only like 4 streets over from us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you go over into
Let's not location style here, but
if you go over into the next neighborhood,
okay.
there's a newer section way back there that they have built. If you go further back, there's like this little park with like a pathway that runs along the river, and he's kind of back there.
Oh, that's cool. He's really close by then.
Yeah.
Well, hey, welcome.
Welcome.
We'll have to get together. We have all the things. So, all the things. So many things.
I have more things than I know what to do with in this room.
Hopefully I have one more thing after I go to the liquor store tomorrow. But,
Are you talking about this one here in the box?
100%. Absolutely, I want that.
Man in the Box.
I want that bad.
By the way, great song by Alice in Chains.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
We should rate these.
I'm gonna try.
Okay, here we go. One more sip for a rating. So we're gonna rate these guys. We're gonna see who's got what.
So what we're drinking here is we are drinking.
Hold on, I gotcha.
They may look the same, but they're entirely different.
One's smaller.
Size doesn't matter.
Yeah, but Columbus didn't sail to America in a canoe, buddy.
Oh boy. Anywho, they're both 10 years old. They're both Jack Daniels, 10-year Tennessee whiskey, limited release, first age stated. Jack Daniels in a long, long, long time. Anywho, one's from 2021, the original release. The other is from this year, which also came out as the little brother to the Jack Daniels 12-year, which is also in this room, but we don't open that one because We'll never see that one again.
Man, I wish I had Jack Daniels.
It's open.
Oh,
It's about half gone,
so good.
and we're not going to town on those when our palates are blown.
$250 the other day. Could have had one. It's a lot of money.
Or if you had the right relationships, $80.
Yeah, but we'll never see for $8 again.
You know what? Right time, right place, right time.
And
That was right place, right time.
super right place.
Because
right
I was going to settle for something else, and I just happened to slip it
What
out
else
of my
did
mouth.
she bring out that?
She brought out a Booker's and went back with it.
That's right. It was the brand. No, she gave it to me.
Yeah, you got the Charlie's
Batch that day, which is a
Yep.
good batch, by the way.
Yep.
Anyway, let's rate these. So
All right.
we're blind right now. We do not know what we're drinking. We're gonna take another sip here, and then we're gonna see if me and Scott have similar palates, if they're very different, and what we prefer. So. How about that apple pie moonshine? Nah.
Oh, Melissa and I drank some apple pie moonshine when we went. You were in the house too. It was 2018. We went to Atlanta for Obstacle Innovation Lab.
Oh God.
Do you remember that when you met us there?
Yes.
Yeah, so we stayed at my cousin's house about 20 minutes from there, and I had apple pie moonshine.
Where did I stay for innovation? Was I at a hotel?
You stayed in the same bed as me.
Did I?
Yes. We had to put a pillow in between the bed.
We weren't at the relationship level we are now. There'd have been no pillow right now.
Yeah.
There'd have been no pillow. Just straight scooping.
Do you know in Canada they call it shrimping?
Kaylee, I think, is making the barf emoji. I'm not sure what that is.
Do you know they call it shrimping in Canada?
No.
Ask MJ Perry. She calls it shrimping.
Shrimping.
Here it's spooning. There it's shrimping. Whatever. I don't know.
Put your beer goggles on.
Who said that?
Retro.
Tell Kaylee to go home.
Well, Kaylee can't go home. She's probably got a sleep baby, I hope.
Not your problem.
I told... Kaylee said that her and Molly should just go to our house and just, like, watch movies there. And I was like, that's a great idea.
Whatever. All right. So I get chocolate. I get a lot of chocolate and like a plum, a date, raisin. That's a stone fruit, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm getting on this one.
So I definitely... The nose on the right one felt a lot more pungent, is the word I'm going to use for that. But the burn and the after on the left one is a lot stronger to me.
The palate on this one is significantly better than this one.
Okay, I'm not going to say better. I prefer, right now, the right's palate and the right's nose. Mm-hmm. The right is my favorite one of the two right now.
This is my favorite.
So this one is my favorite. I don't know what it is.
Yep. So remember,
Now, because Scott told me to go home, baby and Molly are going to bed. No pillow in between. Wait, baby and Molly are going to bed. And are you going to bed? And you. Okay, thank you, Frank. Listen, we don't care.
there's 2 other beds in this
Yeah,
house
plenty
and
of
2
beds.
other couches.
Fine, I know where I live. I can get there.
All right. So the one that I like
Hello, doggies.
doesn't have the better nose, but it has the better palate.
Okay. I prefer the nose and palate of this one.
Yeah.
So,
unmarked was the Jack Daniels 10-year from 2021. Marked, meaning it's got a little bit of a sticker on the bottom, is Jack Daniels 10-year from 2023.
okay, so the marked one with the sticker
Marked
is this
the
year's.
this year's.
Okay.
Want to reveal?
Yep. I have a sticker.
I have a sticker.
Cheers.
So they figured it out.
They did.
Yeah.
Better this year.
Took
And-
2 years to
And I'm happy that I prefer this one because I have a bottle of it at home.
because you have it.
I sure do. Yep. By the way, there's nothing wrong with this one. It is a good bourbon.
I wonder how it blends.
Oh, we're gonna. Oh, I'll do it. Let's
Oh,
go.
I only had a couple drops.
Oh well, I got a little bit more than that. There we go. There it is. Give a little less job. A little less swirly J.
That's a swirl
A
job.
little swirly job. Everyone stop talking. Kayla, are you really going to bed?
They stopped talking?
Everyone's just like hanging out and gone.
Is Santa still in there?
Santa hasn't said anything since he said, "Hey guys." Santa, you still here? Say something.
What are you doing?
Make yourself known. Are you drinking right now? Are you drinking something? It's Friday night. Are you thinking about soup?
It's Friday night.
Whoa, it's Friday night. You know, if we're ever going to do any more of these, which we should, by the way, because this is good stuff, we should just get that orange table and put it right here and put my laptop on it, because then we could easily, like, just have right in front of us. Just thinking out loud.
I didn't set up. I'm not the IT person.
I know. I'm just just thinking out loud here. That's.
All right, so I'm gonna put these away. And
Nope,
then
saving that until tomorrow. Sanchez says.
Sanchez.
Or Sanchez. I'm gonna call him Mamba because that's their name on here, Mamba.
Okay.
Mamba says saving that till tomorrow. Good call. Yep. Retro says this show is the tits. Dan got a Blanche for Christmas. Weaver yelled at us for opening the other one.
Dan, you should immediately sell that Bland's.
Don't sell the Blands unless you paid too much for it.
He got it for Christmas. He didn't pay anything
Well,
for
then
it.
drink it. It's good. Bland's is fine. Don't look at the camera like that. It is a fine bourbon for people to drink. How dare you? Just because you don't have a pony bottle. Please do more numbers. TM Ambassador. What?
Who said that?
That's Retro. Why?
TM Ambassador. He's not allowed to say anything bad about TM anymore.
Yeah, we can't talk about it.
Otherwise, he gets kicked out of the
I don't
group.
want to get kicked out of being an ambassador if I say something negative. So Tough Mudder's great. For anybody who watches this from Tough Mudder, I love the program and all the things that you're doing are the right direction for the company and the brand from my perspective. Thank you. Anyway,
Bring back King of Swingers.
Black Label hashtag.
Black Label what? Society?
Just
Who
says
said that?
Retro. It just says Black Label hashtag.
Black Label Blanton's?
Oh, it's a Black Label Blands.
Is it does it have Japanese lettering on it?
Hashtag. Exclamation points.
Do you just
What is
Dan
it?
King, do you just want to Facebook chat me?
I'm confused.
Hit the phone button.
Blackwater Blands.
Hit the button, call me so you can give me an idea of what you're talking about. Because right now you're speaking speaking Vermontese right now.
Says yes. I don't know what that means either. Blackwater Blands. What?
It's the Black Label Blanton's.
Yeah, it's the Japanese one, right?
Yep, 80 proof. Did it come in a box? We could kick it up another level.
Oh shoot.
What?
Black Label Blands, yes. That is what it is.
Don't open it.
Don't open it.
Sell it for $2.50.
Yeah, you should definitely sell that. I'll tell you what, if you just don't want it and you just want regular Blands, we can talk offline about it. I won't screw you, but we can talk offline because I'd love to have a Black Label Blands, and I'll give you another Blands, regular Blands with a pony on top, and maybe some
You're a
currency.
Chiefs fan. You're gonna screw anybody that you can.
First off, the Chiefs are the best football team in the entire NFL, sir.
Statistically, yes.
So it is. But this is not a football stream. But if you don't like the Chiefs, you're wrong. There it is. So that's. Oh my God! You still have those?
I
Oh.
told you I was gonna nurse them.
Oh, that's super nursed.
Which is why they're going right back in here.
Yeah. Oh, that Remus. I really hope we can find a bottle of that when it comes out later this year.
Of what?
The Remus.
Of what?
The new Remus.
Which Remus?
The new one.
Which one?
Is it 8 or 9? What's the new one coming out later this year?
7?
Is that the one you have right there?
No, I have none. You have 6 at your house.
But what's in the little vial he gave us?
Nothing.
Nothing. Gotcha. No one of importance is watching this, Scott.
Are you telling me that Dan and Sanchez are not important?
They are important, but no one from a distillery is gonna ever watch this.
More importantly, are you saying that Kaylee's not important?
She's not watching anymore. I think she turned it off.
Is she disinterested?
She's snuggling your wife right now.
I hope so.
OMG, stop. Nope, Bengals got you. I mean, that's not what happened last year. I was watching it, actually sitting in this house with Scott, watching the Chiefs dismantle the Bengals in that game, as a matter of
They
fact.
sure didn't.
Sure dismantle the Bengals, and Mel is important too. You guys are super important.
Do you know?
You're very important. Mel's super important. Banana phones are super important. Really, everyone in the Tough Mudder land that I know and love is super important. And anyone who's not in the Tough Mudder land that's watching this stream is super important too.
Except for Jim Campbell.
I mean, he's important.
No, he's not.
He did 100 Tough Mudders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
He registered for 100 Tough Mudders.
right. He spent his money just like everyone else.
No, he didn't. He got
Well,
free passes.
He did his free
Because
passes
he
just
broke
like
his neck.
everybody else.
He broke his neck, so he got a free pass.
Wow, that's
Oh.
Bengals are not the Bears.
I know they're not the Bears.
The Bears are going to be better this year. So I would take the over/under that the Bears make the playoffs this year.
The over 100.
Over/under. I think the Bears are going to make the playoffs. I think they're going to be a positive team this year. I could even see them being like 10-7, 9-6, somewhere in there. Like that's just if we're going to start talking football. Which, by the way, when we get closer to football season and fantasy football, all of a sudden all my streams turn into fantasy football talk while I'm playing video games or drinking. So if you like that or are into big money fantasy football, just know I'll be talking about it. And I've won 2 years in a row. I have a huge trophy at my house, so I know what I'm doing. If that's your jam.
What would you like to tap into next?
D's nuts. No, 1-14. The Bears are going to be 1-14.
Says who?
Are we not gonna open this? Are we not opening this Booker's?
We are.
Okay, let's do that. Are you leaving? Bye, Scott. Well, just say you're going to the bathroom. Anyway, Scott will be right back. I don't think they're going to be 1-14 at all. I think they're going to be decent. Do you not like the Bears? Are they like not your team? Like, are they not like you don't like them at all? Are you a rival of the Bears? Oh, bye. Sorry. Oh, well, that's okay. You can go. It's fine. Appreciate you tuning in. Good to talk to you guys. If you're leaving, or if you're saying bye to Scott, I don't know. It's all good. Me and Scott are just hanging out drinking. You guys are just part of our drinking time, and it's all fun. Oh, so we are going to open up next. No, you're just overly competitive against Scott. Listen, let me tell you a story about me watching the Bengals-Chiefs game during playoffs last year with Scott. It wasn't fun. It wasn't great. Listen, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Every time the Bengals did anything great, he was very much adamant about it happening. And then when the Chiefs did anything great, it was not a good time. So it wasn't a super fun time watching the game because I'm also overly competitive with love for everybody. But you know, the right team won, and that's that. And we have a guest appearance by Mr. Brock Lesnar.
Brock Hippopotamus. Melissa and Dan have met Brock.
Have you guys met Brock?
Oh, yeah. Melissa and Dan used to live like 10 minutes from us in Ohio.
Oh, I did not know that. That's awesome. Are they still in Ohio or did they move?
They live in Vermont.
Oh, Vermont.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Scott's back, by the way, everybody, if you can hear him.
I am. I'm trying to figure out what our next pour is going to be.
I thought we were just going to open up those Bookers.
We can't go there yet.
Why? How many more pours you got in you? I don't even know what time it is. I don't have my phone.
There's a clock right behind you. It's almost 10.
It is.
It's
So,
almost 9.
It's 9:58, right?
Something like that.
What time? Is this the right time? No, this is behind.
This is the right time.
For those that can see the right time, because I don't have a clock in front of me, we don't have a clock in here. What time is it?
There's a clock right behind you.
No, that's not right. I don't think it's almost 9 o'clock. I think it's almost 10. In Central Time.
CST.
CST. Oh, look who I got here with me. He's a Brachiosaurus.
Dog doesn't love me anymore.
Now, Brock,
It is 9:58.
it is 11 o'clock their time, so it is 10 o'clock here. So that clock is wrong. 10 o'clock's not bad, though.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Alright, so where are we going to next?
I know, we should do something, and then we should open up this Booker's. Because I do want to try this Booker's.
Okay.
Because
Where are you going?
What?
Where are you going?
I assume home eventually. Unless I'm sleeping in the bed downstairs, which, you know, is fine too.
Depends.
I mean, that's not a big deal. You know, Logan sleeps in beds all the time. What are you grabbing?
I can't go there.
No, not
That's a
Fredgate.
special bottle.
Yeah.
That's a very special bottle.
That Fourgate's a special bottle? Which one's that?
So, alright, so...
We don't have to pour it, but just
we'll,
tell me why it's special.
we'll actually get into this one.
We could open the Maker's 46 and just have a little break from it.
It's open.
Well, we could pour some.
I drank two. No, I had some of it last night.
Oh.
So this was probably one of the most limited bottles that Forgate has put out. It's what's called their Eagle Thief. So one of their founders, Kevin McLaughlin, passed away in 2019, and he was a big golf fan. So this is a tribute release. I immediately picked this one up. I don't know exactly how many bottles were produced, but it was very much golf themed. So this is a 12-year Forgate. Very rare. It was a blend of just 4 barrels. So they took 4 barrels and made this. That's all that was ever made. 12 years, 122.7 proof. So I believe, if I remember, so they've got, instead of saying it was aged 12 years, it says it was aged 10 plus 2 years. And I think I recall them saying that Kevin McLaughlin's golf handicap was a 10, which is the reason why they put that on there.
That's cool.
Yep. And if you look, there's a couple other things on here that are indicative of his love for golf. So if you look on the label, yep, here it is. So hole number is number 1, bottle number 86. So there's a lot of golf references on this.
That's fine. It's even got golf clubs on it.
It does have golf clubs on it right there.
That's neat. Well, we don't even drink that.
Huh?
We don't even drink that.
I mean, I've had this since 2019. 2020.
It's a while.
So 3 years. So you kind of need to get into it.
Okay, well let's open it. Let's do it.
So, you want to get a clean blend?
I can just wash mine.
Where are you going to wash it at?
I got water. I'll just pour some water in and drink it.
Can you get that bottle of Eagle Rare over there?
Okay.
Right there. Right in front of you. It's filled with water.
Oh.
So what you can do, and I've actually been doing this, wood soaks up water quite well. Thought you opened it already.
Oh no, sorry.
They're pouring it and it's not coming out. I have him bring over a bottle of water and he cleanses his Glen out with his own water.
It didn't work.
It didn't work. Clean it, clean it, clean it. I'll just soak right into the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually. So.
Just feeding the barrel a little bit, you know. Just give it a little water.
How much water did you put in that thing?
Not much. Not much. Tiny bit.
Alright.
Who's still talking to us, by the way? Who's here?
Did Santos ever say anything?
No.
Sorry.
Oh, other than he's drinking tomorrow.
Oh.
Santos, what are you drinking?
What are you going to drink tomorrow?
Yeah, talk to us about
Are
your
you a tequila guy, a rum guy?
Are you a bourbon fan?
Are you
trying
a
to be a
bourbon
bourbon
fan?
Like, tell us about it.
Because I can tell you what you want, where to find it.
I mean, who to find it from?
After I find mine, of course.
Of
I'm
course,
going to get
of
mine
course,
first,
yeah.
and then I'll tell you what's left over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not sure where this is sourced from, by the way.
I don't know, but it's got a great nose.
So I think. So some companies. So I was telling you earlier on that a lot of companies have to disclose where they're sourcing certain barrels from. Some companies can sign NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, which means that they do not have to disclose where they're getting it from. This may be one of those situations because it says bottled by 48 Whiskey Company. 48 has not been around for 12 years, which means this can't be their own stuff. They got it from somewhere else, and they must have signed an NDA because it does not say where it was distilled from. So, where? Nobody will ever know.
Retro says salted caramel crown. Remember that one?
Of course, I remember that one. Yeah.
Oof. Oh boy.
Yeah. While we're on the topic of flavored alcohol,
Oh.
have you had a chance to try the Peach Bush?
Oh, I want to try the peach bush. I saw someone post that the other day. Scott, actually though, that looks great. Come on. Did you tell me you wouldn't drink a peach bush? Do you like a peachy bush or?
Isn't Kaylee's hair peach colored now?
It's red now.
It's very much.
Yes.
Yeah. I heard that was a mistake. By the way.
It was, and she still charged her full price. I was messed up. But anyway, that's another thing.
Is Kaylee still watching?
I don't know, but Kayla, are you still watching, or you're asleep in bed with Molly?
Yeah. I'm just saying.
All right. Don't have that here. Retro says.
Yeah.
No, apparently there's a peach bush.
There's a peach bush. There was an apple bush as well. That was really good.
The apple bush? No.
Yeah.
Larceny.
What about it? ...
Who
says that?
Retro. Retro's talking to us, right?
Which larceny?
Retro's the only person talking right now.
Barrel proof or regular larceny? Is the label yellow or is the label black?
Why is it gotta be black? I'm not typing. I don't know.
Type.
Type.
All right, let's get into this nose.
Okay. I think we lost everybody.
Classic.
Doesn't match the carpet.
Who said that?
Retro.
And it's funny, so I've got 5 bottles of Forgate up there, and all 5 of them taste completely different.
I remember when I had 3 bottles of 48.
Yeah, but now you've got a Russell's 13 year.
I know, I'm scared to drink it because I'll never have another one. Unless I get to this year's, that's apparently going to be $50 more.
Twice as, yeah, it's 50% markup on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I'm getting caramels or caramels, depending on what part of the country you're from.
Caramels.
He's drunk.
You're drunk.
I'm not burping yet.
I'm burping. I tasted it a second time on the burp. It's great.
Just don't throw up in my room. I've cleaned up 2 piles in this room.
Of the doggy essence?
Brock, was it you? Did you do it?
Poor Brock.
He is neither confirming or denying it.
Normally Booker's the one who gets the upset tummy.
No, it's not.
It's not? I thought it was Booker. Oh.
Nope.
Poor Brock.
I don't know that it was an upset stomach. I think it was more of a rebellion thing. Because it was after we came back from the Ragnar race.
Mm-hmm.
We had dog sitters over here. We came back, and then I think we ended up leaving 2 times that Sunday that we were back. And that's when they lost their...
They were just angry.
Yep. They were like, why are you leaving again? I'm going to go shit on your prized possession.
Your prize carpet.
Mm-hmm. So... Yeah, so I'll finish this, and then we'll get into this Booker's, and then I'll have to wrap it up.
No, I'll wrap it up too then, because I'll have to get baby. I hope baby's doing fine. I hope Kaylee's doing fine. If you're watching still, are you guys doing fine? Like, let us know. Like,
let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know in the comments below.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What is that? Cleveland Underground opinion.
Everything Cleveland whiskey, you should probably see if you can return it. Get a store credit. Store credit.
That was somebody's, somebody put their life into that.
No, they didn't. They put about 90 minutes into that. That is an ultra aged. Go research Cleveland whiskey. They don't use barrels. They put them in metal vats, and they rapid age these things. Kid you not. Go research it. I will never buy a Cleveland whiskey product.
Interesting.
Well, Dan.
Yeah, there you go, Dan. Don't just don't.
Yep.
But if you did, then don't do it again.
See if you can return it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's
definitely
get a store credit.
See if they let you trade it for another bottle.
I mean, go get a bottle of water out of it or something. You don't want to drink it.
Yep. It's got just the right amount of heat to it. Just really.
So, anybody that's still out there watching, or will be watching on a...
I don't know why you would be at this point, if I'm just going to be really honest about it. But it does say just chatting, so we're just hanging out. So honestly, like, you knew what you were signed up for.
Yeah. If you see people either swirling their whiskey glass or rolling their whiskey glass, a lot of times there's a couple things that are happening. If you see somebody rolling it, like I'm doing right now, what they're doing is they're coating the glass with the whiskey that's in there, and they're checking to see how well that whiskey coats the glass and how long it does, like, or how short the legs of the whiskey are. And what I mean by legs are, when it coats the glass and you tip it back up, does it run down the side of the glass quickly, or does it go slowly? If it goes slow, that means it's a little thicker, it's holding onto the glass. The term for that is viscous. It's a little thicker.
Giving mine a little less job right now. We're here. Little swirl job.
Someone needs to go to sleep.
A little less.
Someone's been up too long.
A little less job. And
Yeah.
what's going on?
Huh?
Can't be as bad as curveball straight barbecue whiskey.
Well, I mean, that's your problem. I mean, that's your fault for buying flavored.
Do you want a bottle of Eagle Rare? Because, I mean, we can get you one for like $30. A little over $30.
Plus $20 to ship to Vermont.
Yeah. Oh, God, that's a lot of money. Still, $50 is not bad for a bottle of Eagle Rare still, comparatively.
Yeah. I mean, people are spending $60 to $70 on, like, the secondary market for a bottle of Eagle Rare, and we can probably get it to you for $35.
Same thing as wine. Just be my boo.
Who said that?
Retro.
Just be my boo. Hey, Dan, do you remember when we were, I think it was 2017 Chicago Tough Mudder, we were dancing through the swamp to, I think it was a song called My Boo. Please, like, chat. Like, please, comment on that.
Please comment.
Comment on that. All night I think of you.
It's all about Chicago.
Yeah. I'll be in Chicago. You guys should come to Chicago. No, well, I'll be in Twin Cities and then Chicago.
No one wants to go to Chicago.
Those are the only two Tough Mudder events that I'm doing this year. It's like 2016 all over again.
It's crazy.
Like, I just don't care.
I don't think Tough Mudder cares this year either.
No,
nope,
they don't care about. They don't. Whoa! Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Thanks.
Oh, someone's losing their ambassador badge.
Dang! I guess I won't get that free season pass.
No, that's all right.
Well, I wasn't getting that anyway. I'm sure my code at all.
Yep. If you guys.
They don't.
What's that?
They don't. He said they don't.
They don't care.
They don't.
Nope.
Oh, that's Kaylee. Kaylee said they don't. Dang, Kaylee, you're still watching? They were in bed. When'd you get back? You been here the whole time?
Why are you still here?
Wow. Kaylee, you're always welcome at this house. I used to have a garage door opener. I don't anymore, but I know the front door codes.
Where's our garage door opener then?
You took it.
No, I did not.
You took it today.
No, I brought it today.
Oh, you brought that one?
Damn straight.
Oh, then it's in my truck. I still have a garage door opener. We're good.
Code has changed to the front door. Consult with your husband.
It's a good date.
It's the best date.
Well, it's the
second best date.
It can't be the best date anymore.
It is the third best date, actually. The first best date is in August. The second is in March, and then the fourth is in July.
I know all those dates. Is the sad part. I'm a good friend.
I'm just waiting for Facebook to tell me when yours is.
Wow, that's messed up. November.
I knew it was November.
Okay.
I knew it was World's Weekend.
Right,
I knew it was like World's Weekend.
It's always World's Weekend.
So is my mom's.
Yeah.
When is it?
November 19th.
My mom's is the 7th. So you're like right before Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So I can buy you a turkey every year, and it will be meaningful.
Oh, there's a lot of chatter going on here. Molly told me that first date. Never forget Scott coming to Chicago running the Tough Mudder and driving home work the next day.
Oh, fuck that. That was awful. That was terrible. I had to work on Sunday.
Mel said, "Hey, it's me. I'm the problem."
Love the Taylor Swift.
I'm the
reference.
problem.
No.
It is me.
Yeah. So please make sure you tune into our next one.
Oh boy.
Because I will wear my pink Taylor Swift shirt that I have downstairs.
Oh my gosh.
You know, the only other time I wore that shirt was when Nick and I were on the podium at Poconos.
Really?
Mom,
We should do this once a week, one night. Just like it doesn't have to be a long time, but just like, we could do like an hour and a half of just like, talking to people. It'd be fun.
What's stopping us?
I mean, nothing, because we live, quarter of a mile from each other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, there's a lot of cut chart.
Jesus.
Hey, I can comment myself now. Hey, Mel is drunk. Mel, are you sure you're not drinking tonight?
What are you drinking?
I thought you were drinking tomorrow. Like, what changed?
No, wait a minute. No. Santa says he was drinking tomorrow.
Oh.
Right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Sanchez, yeah.
Yeah, and he's gone, right?
Mel, what are you drinking? Kay says, we are in Tay Swift High School area, and she is known as the man girl, Regina George in real life. Yes. Oh, Mean Girl. Okay, Mean Girl. Thanks,
Regina George is her real name? Is that her real name?
No, Regina George in real life. That's who she actually.
Who's Regina George?
Mean Girls. You ever seen the movie Mean Girls?
Nope.
Oh, well, watch that. It's good. Good movie. Top 10.
Is that what they're watching right now?
No, I don't know. And then Mel says, yes, please. I'm not stopping you.
I will wear my Taylor Swift shirt the next time.
That's right. Make sure to tune in.
I have a Taylor
Not next Friday. You'll be gone, but
yeah, I'll be getting ready for Spartan, Perfect North.
Next weekend probably no Scott, which will be sad. Maybe I can get guest speaker Nick on. That'd be fun.
He's gonna be getting ready for that as well.
Well, maybe I can get both of you on. We could just do it on you guys could just kind of just hop in on your phones.
I can be sipping on some Fit Aid. Drinking some Beat Elite.
I'm not drunk. I have the
power. I have
fat fingers. Mel says I have fat fingers. Mel, you don't have fat fingers.
Maybe it's your T-Mobile phone.
Wow.
Just saying.
Listen, if you need a new cell phone. Too soon?
She works for T-Mobile.
Too soon?
She works for T-Mobile. She has always worked for T-Mobile.
I know.
Like, that's where I met her at.
She says truth. She says truth. Yeah.
I got her into Tough Mudder.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I went out and she came in.
That's awesome.
I blew out my shoulder and she's like, oh, that looks really cool. Let's do it.
That was a good time. Let's go.
Uh-huh. Hey, Mel, do you remember when you used to wear the GoPro on the side of your head? Right over here?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, nobody does that anymore.
No. Two people lost them. But, of course, there's not obstacles anymore. I mean, you could wear them.
You can also show the short course, the short route to the finish line.
Is it start and then turn around and
you go from the start to the finish line. Yep, cut right through Mudder Village.
Yep, that's how you do it.
That's the goat path right there.
Goat. So Kaylee's still awake, so that means they're not snuggling in bed right now.
Or they're snuggling, eating popcorn, watching a movie.
I wish I was eating popcorn right now. Oh my gosh, that sounds great.
I don't eat late anymore.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I eat dinner and that's it. Then I wake up hungry as a monkey.
Your mom's chest hair, Mean Girls referring.
My mom, I don't think she has chest hair. I don't think that's my dad. I don't think my dad's all about that.
Your mom's a saint.
My mom loves making lumpia and buying air fryers for people.
Can you let her know that I really enjoy your air fryer next time you talk to her? Like, remember Jonathan when he visited us? He talked about our air fryer all day, so it was great. Like, love the air fryer. It's so good.
It is. I use it all the time.
I am a store manager at one of 2 VT stores, Mel says.
Vermont
stores. Trouble.
Wait,
Trouble or T-Mobile. Sorry. I'm looking at it from a long ways away. It's a long ways away.
Drunky McDrunkerston over here can't read.
The text is small. I can't see it very well.
Well, you set it up.
Well, next time it'll be better. This was impromptu, last minute.
This was not impromptu. We talked about this earlier.
Yeah, but I know
let's switch.
I thought we were
This is a great idea, and you can tell me No, that's a terrible idea.
First off, this is a great idea. Let's just cut right to the chase.
You gave me the opportunity to say those is a bad idea.
No, and you said this is a great idea. And
I said that sounds pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Yep.
You need reader glasses.
Who?
Apparently I do. Even though you see how far away that ton of the letters are.
I can't read that.
Yeah,
Are
it's
you kidding
crazy.
me?
Come on.
I can't read the sign right there.
Global Gym. Kaylee said.
Lobo Gem.
Global Gym. Mel says this is a great idea. I mean, first off, everything is a great idea when me and Scott come up with it. It's a great idea at the start. It starts boiling down eventually and becomes not a great idea. But sometimes it becomes a great idea even more.
Logic kicks in about 75% of the way in.
Sometimes
Sometimes it doesn't. Like
Dan chime in. Dan needs to chime in. I don't know.
Let me just say, I used a lot of logic today walking out of some stores.
I used logic walking out of that Johnny O's.
Yeah.
Even though full transparency, I kind of regret not buying that cast strength.
You probably didn't need it.
I don't need it, but will I see it ever again?
Next year.
Maybe.
If you visit Nick Artis's house, you can probably drink all 3 of them for free.
Nick Artis doesn't. I'll never visit Nick Artis' house because it's in Ohio. I can't visit the houses in Ohio.
You can just drive within 5 minutes of it.
I can drive past it in front of the front door and wave, and then just like keep on driving.
Oh, let me tell you this.
Oh,
So you finally got to drive past our house in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't look terrible, right?
It looked great.
It looked great.
I wanted to go in and take a dump in the bathroom, but you said I couldn't do that.
I got a text message from my old next door neighbor, and it reads the following. This is great.
Drink some water here. Hydrate.
Dude, and I love this. I love my neighbors. Adam, Jessica, if you ever watch this, miss you. Move to Tennessee, please. Dude, I'm so glad you guys moved out. Our new neighbors are way more diverse than you guys. Bullet point number 1. They are digging a hole for an egress window so they can move in 4 crackheads in the basement.
Wait, what?
Bullet point number 2. They have added a 4th dog. Bullet point number 3. Molly's hard work on the landscaping is being kept safe by cinder block piles.
Damn.
Number 5. They have drilled a sweet antenna into that delicate siding. Bullet point number 6. If you look closely, you will see dual exhaust mufflers laying in your side yard. His truck sounds so much better now at 3 a.m. when he goes to work. Bullet point 7. All his pictured tractor parts help him mow the grass, in parentheses, down to the dirt once a month.
Dang.
Bullet point number 8. He used a new rust-based concrete sealer in the driveway. It's organic from the Rust River that flows from his snowplow. He keeps it in front of the garage door just in case we get a summer blizzard. Bullet point number 9. Unfortunately, the HOA still doesn't allow sheds. Fortunately, his previous owners left a covered pergola shed on the back patio for him to park his tractor and lawn equipment under.
Wait, the pergola?
So, funny enough, we bought a pergola and our next door neighbors bought the exact same pergola.
Yeah.
So I was kind of pissed about that, then I just laughed it off. Apparently this guy, instead of putting lawn fern,
Sitting under it like you're supposed to?
sitting under it and enjoying your night,
Uh-huh.
is parking his lawn equipment.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, all the hard work that I did there.
Dang.
Yeah.
They seem nice when we drove by really quick.
It looked decent.
Me too. Globo Gym will never be the same. I agree, Retro. I agree. But I did hear they're making another dodgeball. A dodgeball too.
Why?
Why not? Why not catch in on it? I'll watch it. You'll watch it. Don't pretend. You'll turn it on.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
I will watch a sequel to Napoleon Dynamite. If that ever came out.
That'd be great.
Alright.
Kaylee said Retro. HOA rules are always controversial. from Mel. I am astonished, saddened, and sorry for your Ohio neighbors, Kaylee said. And by the way, what the hell? Your Tennessee neighbors aren't great enough for you now?
Our Tennessee neighbors are really good.
Thank you.
Like Jimmy's great.
Wow, I messed up.
Jimmy and Kyla next door are great.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Yep.
well, that's...
Rob and the golden retriever back there in the unfinished pool from 6 months ago.
Dude.
Still not great.
That pool's not great. That pool's gonna be great one day.
One day.
Have you talked to him at all since that one day?
Not since the day that I stopped and talked to him in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Or in the parking lot. In
I
the
was
driveway.
curious. Kayla said our neighbors are better. You mean our neighbors with the 8 kids? Literally 8 kids that live in their house? Those neighbors? Because they're probably shooting off fireworks right now. Or something crazy. At 9 o'clock at night. 10 o'clock at night. All 16 kids. There's 2 that come hang out there sometimes. 2 that are older. They're, that's not even all of them. They have so many kids. The house across from us also has 6 kids. Yes, I know, Kaylee, because they come hang out with the kids.
Sometimes I just want to run a car.
What are you watching?
You can just wait. You can wait for the ads.
I don't want to listen to your.
You can wait for my ads.
No one on Twitch wants to listen to your YouTube video from your phone.
Here's the story of a lovely lady.
These are your neighbors.
No, that is the Brady Bunch.
Like the mother, the youngest one in curls.
It's the story of a man named Brady who was busy with 3 boys of his own. They were 4 men living all
I don't know if you guys can hear that. We're listening to the Brady Bunch right now. They made it sound.
They're 4 he hymns.
If they do, K-Doggo better star it. What? I don't understand. I miss that much.
So what are we drinking?
This is Booker's, right? Mel said, OMG, I'm signing off. LOL. No, Mel, don't go.
We got one more review.
We got one more. We're almost done. Hang out with us. We're almost done here.
This is whiskey in a box.
I put my whiskey in a box. It's my whiskey in a box, yeah. K-Doggo said they didn't accumulate these kids. They did the marital duties and produced the spawn. I mean, you don't know that, first off. Let's just, all cards on the table. You don't know they didn't adopt some of them.
I mean, one is darker than the other.
You don't know that. They could have just went and picked them up at a park. That's how it used to be done.
Oh, random kids with no parents. Let's just take them.
One more bottle? This is only supposed to take an hour.
Who said
Kaylee
that?
said.
Who put a time limit on it?
I did tell her that if I killed her myself, it would probably just be a quick hour review and then we'd be done. For the one bottle. But since she came, it was longer. So that's,
I mean, what movie have you ever watched that lasted only an hour?
Do you know how many documentaries we've watched? Kaylee said.
How many completely have you watched?
Yeah. Okay, so now it's my fault. Kayla, are you angry? Are you mad? Do you want to pour a bourbon?
Tell Kelly to quit talking through a live stream and actually come up the steps.
3 documentaries. 3 documentaries are happening here. What are they about? Can you tell us?
That one stung my nose.
Scott just fought his face in the face of one.
Why are you wearing Kaylee shoes?
These are my shoes.
I don't think so.
They are. Promise. Promise are my shoes. Why are you just noticing my shoes? Kaylee says she's going to lock us in this room. That's not possible. They're about running ultra marathons, the documentaries.
Gross. Why?
Why? Who wants to do that crap? We don't do that.
I hate running.
Mel, did you leave? Are you still here?
Did
I
she
did
leave?
I did the Dick in a Box song just for you and you liked it. Don't leave us. We're doing this last one.
There's a dog in the room.
Mm-hmm. He's sleeping.
Booker.
Booker?
Definitely not Booker.
Okay. Scott's drunk, everybody. Twitch family, Scott's drunk.
I'm tired.
I'm also getting tired, but we're having a good time.
Brock.
And this is the first time we've opened this Booker. This is a brand new Booker's batch that just came out.
This is the second time we've opened this Booker's.
We have?
I've already had it.
Oh, you have? How was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
This
okay.
isn't Booker's.
Mel's still here. Yeah, Mel. Way to hang tough.
All right, so
Oh,
my words to Nick Artis.
Nick's not watching this right now.
Nick was listening to me earlier.
Dan's shy. Okay.
Why is Dan shy?
I'm here. Dan's shy. How Molly on the 2 tweets 2s from Retro. Mel says do it. I'm so lost right now on.
We don't tweet.
Can we clarify these words a little bit, people?
So Nick Artis says, word, how is it? I've been really happy with the Bookers the last 2 years. And I said, warm pecan pie. I said, you know how a fresh piece comes out? The top layer is still warm and chewy? Yeah, that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, that's a good batch.
That's what I get on this one. Warm, fresh pecan pie.
I still taste it. Like, right now.
You taste what?
I'm just still feeling the heat. But that's a good batch. I hope I can get one. I know where there is one if I can't. So. 2D2s? What's 2D2s, Mel?
2 2D2s.
2 2D2s?
Not quite the 555s, but
Who's this one named after they printed batch?
I'm about to read the card.
Oh, let me read the card. Listen,
For our viewers.
This went from a Discovery 10 review to just
Straight up Bookers.
Straight up Bookers. We're
Like,
just talking about Bookers.
let me just blow your palate.
I'm gonna bookmark Booker's Apprentice batch right now. So if you want to learn more about Apprentice batch from Booker's, here you go. Read the card.
Talk about readers.
You want me to read that? I got young man eyes.
Everybody already knows the stupid little card that comes inside these Booker's boxes are like...
Alright, I got this. Here we go. I'm gonna read this quick, everybody. The batch story for the Apprentice batch from Booker's that just came out. This is aged for 7 years, 1 month, and 2 days. The second release of Booker's Bourbon 2023 collection. This batch pays homage to the early days of my dad, Booker No's career. Far before he was the 6th generation master distiller, when he first learned the art of making bourbon under the guidance of his cousin, Carl Beam. When Booker started working at the Jim Beam Distillery in Claremont in 1952, Carl became like a mentor to him. Back then they didn't have official titles, but everyone knew Carl was in charge. He didn't put up with any foolishness and made sure Booker was set straight. But even if Booker did mess around sometimes, he was a fast learner and was ready to be put to work, and that quickly got him Carl's approval. Carl showed Booker the ropes at the distillery, but from there his approach was sink or swim, and it was just the push Booker needed. His apprenticeship under Carl helped him become the master distiller and legendary innovator we all remember him as today, Fred No. So this is all about learning and apprenticeship at the Booker's Distillery. The highest percentage of this, I'm not going to read all of them because that's a lot, 36% came from the 4th floor of 7-story warehouse Z. So, most of it came from the 7th story. A couple percentages came from the 9th story.
So what is the average age on that, if you're looking at that?
Average age on this?
I think 7 years, 1 month.
7 years, 1 month, yep.
Yep.
Because it has 2 9s and 4 7s in it. So.
Because it also says it right on the bottle.
Well,
7 years, 1 month,
But I read the
and 2
card.
days.
I read the card, so here we are.
62.75% ABV, which is 125.5 proof. This is the second batch, 2023.
I think
the Apprentice batch.
I think I like this more than Charlie's batch this year.
So, Charlie's batch. Do you know the significance behind Charlie's batch?
Yeah, Charlie was one of the original people who made the boxes.
Charlie's the guy that made these.
Yeah, he still makes them.
He does not no longer
Well,
make
like
these.
their company does, doesn't it?
He no longer makes these. Maybe he does. I don't know.
I think his company still does. That's the card set, I think.
So these boxes are really cool because they can double as like little bar. Like you can put your. What do I have in mind? I've got like my simple syrups and my napkins and matches and a whole bunch of other things. Any like your bar favors. These are great little trinkets. They can also be used, and I thought about this too, and tell me if this is a really bad idea, but I thought about maybe capping the top of this off and maybe kind of stacking, like, because I've got probably 5 or 6 of these, and I can kind of stack them that way,
You don't even have to cap them. You can just put bottles in them.
and then I can just use them as like a floating shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts? Internet people?
Internet people? No, everyone left us. They're all gone now.
Are they gone now?
I don't know.
Everyone's gone?
I don't know. They're not talking right now. They're just
all right.
listening to us talk. That's fine.
Okay.
I don't care.
Maybe we're so enthralling, they're like, we're not going to talk. We're just going to listen.
We don't want to interrupt them. I mean, listen to them. Those guys are heavenly.
Please interrupt me, because that means if you interrupt me, that means I can stop drinking.
Well, we're done after this point.
Mm-hmm.
This is a really good batch, though, all things considered.
All things considered.
It'll be about 18 years before somebody has a review out for this on the YouTubes. So,
Or probably 2 days.
and then probably next week.
Yeah. So, of all of the things that we poured tonight, which was a lot, we went through
We went
this,
to a lot.
4-gate, we did a blind of the Jack Daniel's 10 2021 versus 2023. We did Bardstown Discovery 6, Bardstown Discovery 10.
Yep.
The highlight of the night was Proper 12 Irish Apple.
God, no, it wasn't. It was so bad. It just made my night sad.
It was the highlight of my night, I have to say. Out of everything that we've tried today.
Respond to your viewers, Mel said. What am I responding to?
What is the question?
Mel, what's your question? I didn't even see a question.
Can you scroll through and see what was previously asked?
She said, thank you, Scott. 555. Respond to your viewers. Mel, that's all I see. I don't see anything else.
Mel, Facebook chat or
No, don't
give
Facebook
me
chat.
give me a call. Give me a call on my phone.
I mean,
via
just,
Facebook
like,
Messenger.
I don't know what the question is. Hang it, Mel said. Hang it.
Oh, that. You think I should hang it? Okay.
I think it would look pretty good. You didn't have to put anything in it. It just look good.
I've got to put something on it.
Hmm.
That's the whole point of a floating shelf, is to put something on it.
I think it would look good too, Mel. You're right. So,
Yep.
what else do you do with them boxes? Nothing.
I'm going to store my bourbon in it
There it is.
until I drink it all, and then I'm going to throw it away. Just like Troy Blanc. Were you there when we were? It was bar crawl last year at World's Toughest Mudder.
I was there.
Do you remember seeing drunk Troy?
I remember seeing a lot of drunk people.
By the way, Troy, cheers to you. Happy retirement.
Woo!
Sorry we missed you last weekend. Hope you're enjoying the beach.
Indeed.
Hope you actually see this. I don't think you will.
Probably never.
It's all right. But happy retirement. But we were at Bar Crawl, World's Toughest Mudder last year, and Troy's drunk.
Of course. I was there. I was part of it.
Troy had a gallon of Bluebell ice cream back at the house.
I remember being there.
And Troy's drunk, and he comes up to Molly and he goes, "We should go back to the house, and we should all dig into the ice cream, and we should eat it, and when it's all gone, we should take the carton and we should throw it away."
Dude, there's a lot more.
Drunk.
There's a lot more drinking that happened at the house when everyone got back too. Not that it matters.
I'm not going there.
Not going there.
Yeah.
But definitely was a crazy time. Crazy time had.
Yeah.
For sure.
Joey Ta drank all my 2XO for breakfast on Monday morning. Thank you. Appreciate that.
He'll never
that
see
was
it.
not a cheap
Never
bottle.
see it. Never
You'll
see
never
it.
see this.
Never see it.
Yeah.
Come to Stratton, y'all. Have a great night. I'm signing off. Mel, hey, thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate it.
We appreciate you hanging out. Not coming to Stratton. I ran there 2 years ago, and I'll never run there
It
again.
was gross.
Yep.
But hey,
I'm running Spartan Trifecta at Perfect North next weekend, which is why I'm not running Ragnar with Nick and Nick this weekend. So, not going to another ski slope
Yeah.
a week afterward.
we probably won't record this next week because Scott's gonna be gone. But we may try to get together the week after, see what we have, and just hang out a little bit again, guys. So
I'll be here through Thursday.
Yeah, so definitely make sure to follow, hit that subscribe button so you can see when we're gonna be live. And we'll post on Facebook too. I'll make
Where
sure.
is the subscribe button?
It's right above. It's right below our picture right now where we're talking. If you look down below where you're sitting, probably, or where I'm sitting, one of the two butts, it's under it. It's there. Hit it. Just touch it. I know there it is. But either way, we'll post it on our Facebooks too, so it'll be fine. But have a good night.
Cheap plug. We're not getting out of here first. We're not getting out of here yet. Cheap plug. Get on a Spotify. I think Apple Podcasts, maybe a couple other platforms. Bourbon, Running in Poor Decisions. Podcast with myself and Nick Artis, where we talk about everything between running, bourbon, and everything else. So
We should.
like and subscribe to that one.
You should. We should get that going.
I think there's 4 episodes that are just absolute gems. So please go follow those. Listen to them. They're fantastic. Get on to Nick. Tell him to start editing more of them faster, and you might get more content. So
we should talk more about that. We could get that going more.
we probably could.
We should. We could.
But I mean, I'll let you talk to Nick about
I'll
that.
talk to Nick about it because I feel like we could
Yep.
we could have that three-headed beast.
Yeah. But thank you. It's been awesome talking to you guys. We
Yes.
miss you. We raise a glass. We
Thank
love
you
you.
guys. Love
Come
you all.
back to not to Ohio, to Tennessee. You guys have a home here in Tennessee if you ever want to come and visit.
That's absolutely all y'all do. Thank
So,
you all. Have a good
yeah.
night. We're gonna
Have a
sign
good
off
night.
now. I'm gonna end
Yep.
the stream. We're gonna finish these. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Like, subscribe, follow. Go to YouTube at Iguana John. And if you like video games, if you like just hanging out and chatting with us, you're gonna love hanging out with us. So
Yep.
don't miss out. Have a good night, guys. I'm gonna get up and hit the button and see you guys next time.
Drink your whiskey.
Peace.